Alright. Why don't we start the final chapter? And this title screen gives me hope that we might actually learn something this chapter about the whole Mayor Grendel situation. But we have a lot of talking we have to get through first. We have to see what the populace is up to while the festival is coming around. Kind of glance around. Where's Treon Tower? Can't see it from here.
Thank you for walking into my life.
Alright. I don't know what you and your agency have been up to, but it looks like the worst is behind both of us, knock on wood. For our part, the police was tasked with tracking down associates of Almada. So, although that part's wrapped up for the time being. You know, Karen was starting to worry about you when she didn't see you around here. Hey, I wouldn't say I was worried about them. I was concerned about any complications it could have led to, that's all. I'll put it like this. We certainly had our own work to do in that whole situation too, which we've now sorted out. That said, can't say I envy you guys for having to jump straight to hunting down the remnants of those goons right after dealing with the Declaration. Well, we might have been part of the crackdown, but we didn't do all that much ourselves. We mostly shoot off onlookers and asked locals for their cooperation when we went to search through the citizens' homes. Yeah, it was the CID who handled the lion's share of things as usual. If anything, now that things have settled down, the Revolution Festival might turn out to be more hectic for us when it's all said and done. During the alert, the locals here were all good about maintaining order and following the rules. I'm sure we'll count on them to help us out during the festival too, which means our main focus ought to be on the tourists coming to town. Now that the Mafia crackdown's mostly behind us, our attention is finally starting to turn toward the Revolution Festival. This country's been through a lot this year. We gotta do everything we can to ensure the people of the city can enjoy themselves safely. Ours. You're just so lively today. You gotta get in there and live it up too. Happy missing out on all the fun. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm around this kind of atmosphere, it gets me so pumped. Glad to see you're back to your usual self, Sam. I mean, when you get down to it, letting my race and stuff hold me back just isn't my style, you know? Besides, I got you and Peter, and Shen's back on his feet, doing what he does best. I feel like I'd be an awful friend to you guys and him if I let myself stay down in the dumps forever like that. But there's a Sam we know and love. Things just aren't the same without you being all happy and full of life. Yeah, glad none of that has left any scars on you or anything. But enough serious talk. Let's go bowling, huh? Nothing more refreshing than knocking down some pins at a time like this, am I right?
One bullet
I'm in.
can
Let's
change
go.
your fate. Catch a revival show
Sure.
with the smash
I could
hit,
probably
Wolf's Requiem.
use the exercise, honestly. Huh. I knew Son would be game, but you're actually agreeing with one of my ideas just like that? I don't even know what's happening anymore. Better not be an omen that something weird's gonna happen. Oh yeah. You just aren't aware of it yet. Well, maybe you are, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Well, Son's doing better now. Maybe it's about time I sucked it up and tried to talk to my dad. I'm relieved to see Son's feeling better. But I suppose it's true that things aren't always going to stay the same between us three. That's just not how life works. I need to start making more of an effort to understand where she's coming from. As a friend, it's the least I could do. The others are right. Whatever anyone else has to say, there's no point in me doing or thinking anything different if I'm not being true to myself. I feel so silly letting myself get so worked up after my brother mentioned what happened in Crave was possibly racially driven. Let's go tackle this one's side quest real quick. Now that the state of emergency has been lifted, stock prices are rebounding. I think we have our president to thank for that. He's been doing some wheeling and dealing with business, and he announced the culprit behind the attack on Cray. I don't know what'll happen to this country once that reparation money stops coming in, but I have a feeling he's got a plan for that. War. Books on Sheena Dirk and the Revolution have been selling like gangbusters the last couple days. I'm taking it as a sign that people are staying positive and trying to look forward to the festival after everything that's happened. As tragic as the incident in Cray was, we can't stay down in the dumps forever. We have to keep moving forward little by little. But I decided it's high time that this store goes all in on this Orbital Net thing. Maybe I'll open up a website for us. I could even set up a newsletter so people can keep tabs on all the latest happenings. In fact, I went ahead and bought the newest Orbital computer model. Now I just need to master it ASAP so I can make the most of it. Yeah, learning code is that easy.
Ah, welcome.
Partially ironic statement because some people can just learn it like that, and I'm
I hope
jealous
to
of
see
those
you
people.
again.
Can we talk?
I went to college for it, and I still have a massive imposter syndrome with my coding. I know I'm good. My boss wouldn't have kept me around for 6 years if I wasn't. But anyway. I don't see anyone who looks like they could be Curtis. I'll hit up the manager and see what she has to say. Excuse me, does the name Curtis ring a bell by any chance? Ben explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. He also explained his stark change in personality. Oh wow, poor Curtis. I had no idea who's going through all that. He comes here a lot, so one of my workers and I made a point of looking after him and helping him with his studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you anything about his personal life or those mints you mentioned. It's all news to me too. That's okay, we appreciate you talking to us all. If you don't mind me asking, could you tell us about the other worker? No, I can recognize you. You come here a lot too. From Artemis, aren't you? His name is Albert. You probably know him, right? Yes, absolutely. Can't believe I forgot that this is where he works. He sure does. He and Curtis seem to get along really well. You would recommend reference books for Curtis to buy and whatnot. Between the two of us, I imagine Albert would know more about him than I do. A little good that'll do unless you could track the nerd down. Any idea where he might be? At this hour, he's probably either on campus or somewhere around the Aubert district. What are we waiting for? Let's go find him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Fingers crossed he doesn't turn out to be a dead end. Okay.
I see.
Wild goose chase it is. I'm relieved everything got solved before the Revolution Festival. It means the EGC at the end of the year can go on as planned. Which means I got a job to do, and that job is to find some outstanding models. Specifically, some fresh blood capable of spearheading the trends next year that'll be on display at the EGC. Something tells me that now might be a good time to retrace my steps and search for some hidden gems in places that I overlooked before. Like that statue across the way. Lots of girls like to hang out there, but I wrote it off since nobody I saw made a strong enough impression on me. Looking at it again with a sharper focus, I do see an Eastern young woman who certainly looks to have the potential just being in her element. It's on over there. I'm embarrassed I didn't notice her sooner. Just goes to show that I still have more to learn about the job, even after all these years. We'll see if that goes anywhere by next game, because I don't think it's happening in this one. The city might be calm again, but it won't be for long, in a good way. That's because the Revolution Festival is right around the corner. Carl's told me that the cafe gets hectic every year. I say bring it on. I'll show our customers that I've made it what I'm made of as a part-time pro. I survived my fair share of busy periods at other places before. Nothing scares me. This cafe will be just fine on my watch come festival time. Nothing makes me happier than to see peace return to the city so that everyone can enjoy the Revolution Festival in peace. We must not take this tranquility with which we're blessed for granted. After all, we can never get back the lives that were lost in this tragedy. Certainly, it's renewed by my commitment to offering the people of this city a place where they can truly feel safe, comfortable, and content.
Welcome. We await your next visit.
Always gotta check to see if the shop's update. We really have to give thanks to Arusha for keeping our son and me safe, as well as bringing peace back to the city. I was so scared and full of worry for a while there. The only thing that helped me keep everything together was this wonderful cafe. When you're somewhere unfamiliar, having even just one place where you can calm down and relax when you need it makes all the difference. I think Mommy's feeling better now, and so is everyone else in this city. The lady and the priest in my Sunday school, they're happy. They're so happy about the Revolution Festival that's about to happen. You have festivals in Elsame too. Accidentally clicked that button. I wonder what festivals are like in this country. Ageyoshi. Looks like he's back to his normal self. Maybe. Does look like he's mellowed out. But I can tell that part of him's still keeping his guard up. Cats are very attentive. Sigh. Something like a good book on crimes to sink my teeth into. I almost can't believe the Quincy Company and Etwas had ties to the Mafia. I mean, they're enormous companies. How could organizations as big as them have such deep ties to the underworld, right? That's crazy. That's one of the fun things about reading crime stories. The best ones always have a little dissonance that betray your expectations. Oh, in case you were wondering, the book I'm reading now is a summary of all the white papers on crime that police put out every year. I'm breezing straight through it, but it's still a pretty fun read. See, can we see? There we go. Now we can see the tower over there.
How about some night?
I'm glad things have settled down now. I still can't believe that there was a Quincy Company president behind all that. The company has so much history behind it. I knew he personally had ties to nationalists and stuff, but to be in bed with the Mafia. But don't let that ruin their sweets for you. It's important to remember that Quincy's management and manufacturing are somewhat separated. The president might suck, but their sweets did nothing wrong. None of this changes the fact that they're amazing and made by true artisans. Even so, I cannot but feel regret over what's happened. I eat their sweets on occasion and learn plenty of stuff for my work. I really hope the Quincy Company is able to turn things around and get away from the president and his family. Their sweets are as popular as ever. Nobody should blame the sweets for what happened, or the people involved with actually making them. Just doing their jobs.
Hello. Thanks for shopping.
What was back there again?
Hey, did you see?
Oh, the new service.
All right.
There was something that I wanted to check. Oh yeah. We are seeing a movie, so where is it? Not this menu, this menu. Like, who is close enough to getting a bump up in our party? Katra, Fairy. Well, it looks like Katra and Fairy. Alright. We'll bring those two to the theater. Marielle's on a roll. She broke the stories about the end of that Mafia gang and the arrest of that big-time president. She's becoming one heck of a reporter. It's kind of unbelievable. I mean, I know she couldn't have done it all on her own or anything, but it's still pretty astonishing. In any case, I think Dingo can rest in peace knowing Marielle is doing okay. Oh, it's you guys. Great job, everyone. You all really saved the day back in Aracion. Thanks. You're a big help, too. Without you, I thought we would have been able to get all those kids on the airship. I noticed you've been keeping busy lately. Yeah, you could say that. I had a lot of investigating to do once those revelations about Aracion came to light. And it was all worth it in the end. I feel like I'm finally making a difference. Good for you. Now Dingo's got one less thing to worry about up there. Sure hope so. If I'm that much closer to becoming the sort of reporter he was, I'll take it. I hope this article's brought me one step closer to his level. Even the editor-in-chief complimented me on it. I just wish I could have said something to him before he was gone. What am I even saying? Dingo's never going to be able to rest in peace if I let myself get hung up on what-ifs. Hello. Marielle's write-up blew me away. She really put my stuff to shame. As someone who mentored her, I feel proud seeing her come so far, but she also makes me feel like I could be doing better. I need to get my act together and step up my game. I'm not going to be able to see my sister, then the least I could do is pull out some killer articles for the Revolution Festival. Good stuff right here. It's good to see the city full of life again. Not a minute too soon with the Revolution Festival coming up. I gotta hunker down and get ready. The Revolution Festival this year is gonna be so big, I hear celebrities and movie industry bigwigs are gonna be in the area. And when they come through here, you bet I'm gonna try to sell them not just my popcorn, but how much I love the movies they all make.
Well,
Hey there. See ya.
why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
This has been a rather eventful year, to be certain, especially with last week's tragedy. Yet somehow the festival will carry on, it seems. Now then, what should I watch today? This year has seen its fair share of worthwhile films,
Thank you for
though
your
picking
visit.
one won't be easy.
The
That
showing on
Gloria
screen
film
two
is all
will
the
soon
rage
begin.
now that the Revolution Festival's almost here.
If you have a
Frankly, I
ticket,
still can't
please
help but
proceed
feel
to
it's
the
wrong
entrance.
to have an Easterner playing Sheena Dirk. Although people my age have had good things to say about her performance, maybe I'll go see the movie so I can pick it apart.
We have merchandise for the movie on
It's
sale at the
perfect.
shop.
There's nothing to pick apart.
Why
Only a
not
week
buy
has passed
souvenir
since
to
that
remember
horrible
your
event.
visit?
We've already amassed an astonishing amount of donations. As soon as we announced that we were donating a portion of our revenue, a good number of people came to visit. Witnessing this level of generosity makes me feel truly grateful that I get to be a part of this industry,
Thank
humble
you
as
for
it
your
is.
visit today.
On another note,
The
Rainfall's
showing on screen
premiering
two
on
will
schedule.
soon begin.
I'd highly recommend watching that.
Mhm.
It's a heart-wrenching romantic drama with elaborate set designs and nuanced character portrayals. Trust me when I say it's nothing short of a masterpiece. Cannot sing its praises enough. Well, we have a movie recommendation. I missed out on Glory when it came out, but now I've finally seen it. Tina Fendley was an awesome Sheena Dirk. She's the best. I learned a whole bunch from that movie. Things about the Revolution that they didn't teach us in Sunday school. My favorite movie I'd seen all year. I loved it.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 2 will soon begin.
Rainfall.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
It's a relief that Edith's back to its peaceful self. We can now enjoy our movies without fear and anxiety weighing on their minds. In fact, we were able to premiere Rainfall this week like we had originally planned. I'm so glad we were able to make that work. I hear there's been debate within the film industry as to whether studios should hold off on announcing new releases. But with that whole thing behind us, I hope more films will be hitting theaters before long.
Hello.
Alright. Leaving
Thank
soon.
you for your visit today. The showing on screen 1.
Which ones have we seen so far? Midnight Memories is not one that we have seen. Considering it's saying it's going away soon, maybe we'll have a chance to see the other one. So we'll watch
If you have
that.
a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Alright. And I believe I said, Barry and Catcher, right? Dan decided to let everyone loose so he could watch a movie during his work break. He invites a company to tag along with him, and so on. Three high schoolers sneak into an old mansion looking to use it as a setting for their independent horror film. Lance is a star actor, Joshua is a cameraman, and Emily is a screenwriter. Each dutifully fulfills their role, and the filming progresses without incident. However, a strange phenomena occurs as they begin shooting the final scenes.
For real? Is it just me, or has the lighting been acting up for a bit?
Has it? I don't know. It was working fine this morning. Whoa! The lights went out.
Hey, come on. I can't see a thing. Get those lights back.
Lance?
Play.
Huh? Emily? Is that you? Blood! Hey! Emily! Something happened to
Come play with me, Joshua.
Okay. Well, if there's something scarier than an enemy you can't even see. So tough to deal with. You can't ambush them and you can't do any diversions either. It sucks. That's what you were thinking about the whole time? Just to be clear, you do understand it was all made up, right? None of that was real. So, I gotta be prepared in case we ever encounter any ghosts. Who knows when or where we might find one. Don't worry, Van. If that ever happens, I'll protect you. You and everybody else, okay? Okay. Appreciate you watching our backs, Fairy. Guess I'll take this over coming out of it super spooked, at least. Anybody reasonable would recognize that visiting such an old mansion in the middle of the night isn't without its own risks, and yet... I'm embarrassed that movie still managed to scare so much despite knowing what those characters were in for. Sigh. Yeah, I was keeping an eye on you during the movie, and you look pretty real spooked at times, that's for sure. Really? It was that obvious? Feel bad now. Sorry, you were too scared to have that much of a good time back there. I tried keeping my arm on the armrest so you could hold on to it if you needed. You know, I wouldn't have minded. That's okay. You really didn't have to go to that much trouble. I swear, man. Like a little kid. Hey, there's still some commemorative brochures. Damn right we'll buy one. Nice. Okay. Nice. Arts attack and arts defense up.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
The NPC. Rumor mill. They say that the Mafia is behind all sorts of incidents everywhere, not just what happened in Cray Village and Aracion. Apparently they had a number of businesses working under their umbrella right here in Edith too. They weren't necessarily on the level either. Yeah, and once they got exposed, you started to see empty buildings suspiciously crop up left and right. I hate to be those real estate agents. But what I'm more interested in is a certain sweets makeover in Aracion. If it was just a case of the president having ties to those nationalists, it wouldn't be that shocking. The guy sure loves to act like a noble. Yeah, but working with Almada like that? Not the only big company caught up with them, so was Etwas. But it sure must not be easy being Elena Claire right now. I can say that again. The whole thing just leaves a real bad taste in my mouth. Man, all this heavy stuff's getting me down. Bundle, you should go out and find something chill for us to talk about. I need a change of pace. Not at your beck and call, Sloth. I heard rumors before about just how pompous a lot of the rich in Aracion are. They might have businesses making sweets or cars or whatever, but to them, they're nothing more than a way to get themselves and their family wealthy. Even with the land and assets behind them, they couldn't care less about the businesses. That's how their weakness gets preyed on, I bet.
Right.
I happen to hear that Elena Claire once tried to quit being a bracer. I guess I could see where she's coming from. It's probably a big responsibility. She has so many fans, though. They'd be let down if she ever did. But that's not all bad, though. Like, the tabloids like BuzzRadar haven't had anything bad to report about her. That's gotta count for something. What's up? It's madness again. Give me a break. Well, I was out sick for a while. I suppose I could do whatever she wants for the time being. Welcome. May I take your order? Is there something on the menu that catches your eye?
Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again.
This tastes great.
I may have dealt a decisive blow to Almada, but they haven't been fully eradicated. However, it should only be a matter of time before the remnants are rounded up. Once it happens, the balance of power in the underworld is sure to shift. Can't wait to see who ends up on top.
Alrighty.
This Easter cuisine is delicious.
I decided to play a little prank on Calhoun. He took a whole week off work. When he came back, I piled a bunch of my neglected chores on him. He seemed to be doing better, but I'm taking over table waiting duty. That way he doesn't have to walk around a bunch. Aren't they nice? Ignorance is bliss, I guess. Is that everything here? We missed one person who's walking around. I'm glad they lifted the state of emergency. I can't believe the president of the Quincy Company was behind everything, though. I always wanted to try his company's sweets at least once, but now the thought of them just makes me gag. Also, isn't Elena Claire related to them somehow? I think I remember reading something about it before, but I forget what. That is the last person. Okay, we can't go to the actual entrance. No reason to do that. I guess we'll head here since there's only side quests.
Then let's head over.
It'll be our first tour of the Arbor District. Didn't get a chance to actually walk around last time. So, basically you tried your luck with a bunch of girls and had zero luck. Now you're in desperate need for someone to spend the festival with. This is ridiculous. Unsurprising, but ridiculous all the same. What are you even planning? Come on, man, a sausage party is better than being all alone. Also, you know, extra manpower means extra sex appeal, yeah? The ladies will be flocking to us during the festival. Unbelievable. Well, unfortunately for you, I made arrangements with the student council. I suspect Julian will also be busy? No, actually, I don't have any plans. I was hoping to have someone show me around the festival, in fact. Maybe you'd be willing to? For real? You could have your pick from all the hot babes at school, is choosing to go with me? Thanks, man. Really not freaking love you. You are utterly incomprehensible. I'm afraid the student council will be busy discussing other matters at length, so we won't have time for much else. Oh yeah? Is that right? Yeah, fair to break, promise you, pretty lady, eh, Casanova? Stop teasing me, I didn't mean it like that. What are they talking about? Anyway, we'll be busy during the festival. Besides, it's an important day for the Republic. I don't think it's appropriate to spend it so irreverently. I ain't buying that for a sec, but I guess I'll lay off. Julian's such a chick magnet, it's unreal. How does he do that? I know, I'm gonna mooch out, I'm gonna show him around the festival and learn all the secret techniques. He's just a chill guy. Not a boring day with Lyle around. My first Revolution Festival, so I'm hoping to really get to see the sights. Gotta make sure to make a lot of memories to share with my friends back in the Empire. Alright, let's bring up the topic.
Can we talk?
Curtis. Why are we ganging up on this lone student in the corner? Sorry to call you up as son, Albert. It's alright. Like it's something you need to be discreet about. Something like that. We're looking into someone right now. Do you know Curtis? Francine told Albert what they had heard from Curtis's mom. They also mentioned how he changed recently. Damn it. I knew something was up. He'd been acting strange lately. Maybe unstable's the best word for it. It was very different from his usual self. How long have you known? No, I don't really want to help you. I guess I noticed it around late October, early November. He was pretty down in the dumps before that, saying he lost motivation. But he then started being all excited about his studies all of a sudden. Nothing was off about it though. I don't know where all the enthusiasm came from. Thank you for letting us know. Have you heard anything in particular about his friends? As if he was hanging around with a bad crowd? No, not really. Didn't look like it anyway. Wait, maybe it's not quite that. But I remember someone that looked like him hanging around the back streets in the Tyrell district. Since it was at night and the guy who was talking to looked real shady, I just kinda assumed it couldn't be Curtis. Damn it, maybe that's the guy that... stop mumbling now with it already. I've been warned at school to watch out for a suspicious man that hangs around the Tyrell's back streets. He apparently sells tobacco and hard drugs to young people. That's what the rumors say anyway. I should have made the connection earlier. Curtis could have bought the tablets from him. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe he was going to meet him today when he said he was going to the bookstore. It's like it anyway. Next up, Tyrell's back streets. Well, I'm glad I could be of help. Please do something for Curtis. You will. Thank you for your help, Albert.
No outsiders allowed, huh? Guess that makes sense.
Not like there'd be much to see. It's a day off, so there are hardly any students around.
What's over that way? Oh, the church.
That's a shame. I would have liked to sit in on one of their lectures.
Scenic. Oh, hello, Agnes. You busy with that part-time job you mentioned? Hello, Mr. Powell. Yes, that's right. You're Agnes' teacher? You look very smart. Mr. Powell teaches history and is in charge of the second-year students. I don't know how smart I really am, but I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. If I know the answer to them, at least. Oh, you're Arkwright? Van Arkwright. Huh? Wait, if you know Van, you've forgotten all about me already. Nice seeing you, Mr. Powell. Forgotten? Impossible. You just don't forget students as special as you, Van. It's been 7 long years. I'm glad that despite everything, you seem to be doing well. I'm doing fine, thanks. Though I guess I made shit real rowdy around here, huh? Sorry about that. Not at all. I do wish I'd been able to do more for you as your teacher. But I guess it's too late for such regrets by now, isn't it? If there's anything I can do for you now, I hope you know you just have to ask. Appreciate it, but I really am fine. Thanks for the thought, though. It hadn't even occurred to me that Van might have been one of Mr. Powell's students. A Van studied at Artemis? That's new. He did sort of give me that feel. He's just full of surprises, huh? Yeah, I'd be curious to learn more myself.
Well,
Agnes is working for you, then. What a small and wonderful world we live in. But I'll leave you to it. I'm relieved you seem well. I look forward to you visiting if you ever feel like it. Sure, take care of yourself, Mr. Powell. Keep an eye on Agnes, too. Anne's acting just like Abby. That's embarrassing.
whoops.
Now they want regular folks going past here. Hey, Shino. Funny seeing you in front of Artemis. Oh, right. I was looking for a good spot, and I suppose I just ended up here. The location's nice and quiet, and the view is just lovely. And not only that, but my food is actually quite popular with the students. Well, of course, if you want a snack after classes, you get hungry after so long. No, I think you just don't eat enough small fry. I imagine the sports club members are especially appreciative. The location's nice and quiet, and the view is just lovely. I've been looking for a good spot to set up during the Revolution Festival, and this might just be it.
Hello.
Gino's Mix.
Thank you.
Soon. Oh, we got a couple things. Movies watched. Alright. Kitty. Meow purr. These dudes are always willing to get close to me when I'm anxious. I guess even kittens can tell how people feel. Aw. Oh look, new dialogue even though they've made her text box gray. The Revolution Festival is almost upon us. I can't be all depressed at a time like this. I've been pretty down ever since I heard the news, but it does lift my mood a little seeing all the students enjoy themselves. Young people's happiness is so infectious. Isn't that funny? We need to set an example as adults. Kids won't be able to greet the new year if we're all gloomy. Greet the new year right, if we're all gloomy. Dialogue is hard. Thank you for your time today. Of course, good work today, everyone. I know the Revolution Festival's almost here, but don't get too excited. Be safe on your way home. You look real cheery today, Miss Sonia. Something good happened? I think Miss Sonia's more pumped for the festival than we are. Goodness, not at all, I assure you. Anyway, be safe, everyone. Don't want to get hurt and waste all your hard work for the winter tournament. Fine day on the same exact day as the festival. It's impeccable timing. Oh, how romantic. I guess the goddess hasn't given up on me yet after all. That's what's going on. There's a few people over there. Auburn District abandoned subway line. We went down there for a quest. We just never explored the actual streets. Eve. Who's a good boy? Oh yes, it's you. Come on, Apollo, let's take a walk around the neighborhood. What's that? You want to go play with your friend? Okay, we'll stop by the end of the walk. Patisserie Andalusia.
Welcome to Andalusia Patisserie.
Oh, hello, Agnes, and Why, it's Van! Van, you rascal. I haven't seen you in quite some time. I guess it would make sense that you'd know Holland. Considering what you'll do for their treats, it's really no surprise you'd come before, Van. Yeah, but I haven't been around in a long while. How the hell do you still remember me? It's my job. My customer's gratitude carries me forward in the art of confectionery. I make the best sweets for their enjoyment. And no one enjoys them as much as you do. I could never forget someone so passionate for my sweets. There's something nice about being remembered, even if I hadn't been here in forever. You haven't lost your touch. I've had stuff from Andalusia since, and it's still great. I think I'll swing by more often, if I have the time. Feel free to do so. Regulars like you make getting up in the mornings worth it. Though I never would have imagined that the two of you would walk through my door together. Wait, was that package Anya's bought this summer for you? That's a good guess. Small world out there, huh? Well, I'll be busier than ever since the festival's almost here, but I don't want you taking that as an excuse to not come by. Sure thing, man. I'll fit in a visit or two. The year's been rough, but I wasn't expecting to cap it off by seeing an old regular. I don't know what you've been up to since I last saw you, but I do remember you very well from back then. Even though you always looked embarrassed to be here, you'd have the biggest smile anytime you ate anything.
Looking to buy something?
Kingdom Tart. A delicious tart that Andalusia struggles to keep in stock. It is very close to a pun,
See you again.
and I wonder if it was deliberate.
I'm full.
Love me a sugar rush.
My ardent passion shone through the day as I bought one of Holland's masterpieces. Holland endeavors wholeheartedly every day to deliver us the sweetest treats. It's our duty as customers to put our body and soul into purchasing and enjoying his confections. A true woman of culture. Okay, we've got the finals after the festival, and we've got to start planning the school festival after that. Well, the student council and my clubs will keep me very busy. I'd finally forgotten all about exams. Why do you have to remind me? And things will be really hectic for you, huh? Make sure you don't miss the Revolution Festival. We could take great inspiration from it for our own school festival. An excellent idea. I have little experience planning events like these, but I'll endeavor to make sure this tea party's most exquisite. I was hoping you'd hold a candle to Janice after my transfer, or to Thor's considering all I've heard from Tita. Agnes, Odette, Sasha, I have high hopes for you. Oh, I don't like that. This is gonna be weird, I can feel it. I'm gonna be busy anyway, but seeing Ren get so into this is a little scary. Well, we don't have time to dawdle. Onwards, you guys. To the new year. Of course. Alright, Student Council, let's get back in gear. There's a lot of club events coming up, but I think I'll prioritize getting the basketball club ready for this winter's nationals. I'm their captain, after all. It's on me to lead them to victory. Our Mrs. Student Body is sharper than I gave them credit for. What a delightful tea party we have on our hands. I was hoping they'd hold a candle to Janice after my transfer, or to Thor's considering all I'd heard from Tita. I'm expecting a lot from you, Agnes. Don't disappoint me, alright? Of course. Well, that's comforting, but also laying the pressure on a little thick. Isn't Ren being a little scary? He looks pretty serious about this. Well, let's pull through this, Agnes. We can't let this or exams win. Yes, we'll get through this together, Odette. I mean, I doubt there's anything down here, but... it is very empty. And I don't see any chests that I missed. Welcome to Edith Grand Cathedral. We're currently holding a memorial mass for Cray Village. There will also be a memorial service during the festival. Many will come to pay their respects then. It isn't terribly busy right now, which might be ideal for those of a wary heart that might want to mourn in a more reserved manner. I do wonder whether Sister Philia will be able to handle things, well, with the large ceremony coming up. Sister Philia confessed this morning, but I'm not sure what it was about. Still, her faith is unquestionable. I'm sure she'll overcome it. Now, what is the sub-event?
Wow, this cathedral isn't as big as the one in Aracian, but it's still pretty massive. The interior is also quite beautiful, and it's such a
Might as well
soothing
explore.
place to be in.
Okay, now I can talk. Sister Ors. I'd handled our staff scheduling so that Sister Bellica could be in her hometown to assist her people. And to think that just meant she'd be another victim in the Cray Village tragedy. The least I can wish for is that she can rest easy, having supported her beloved hometown until the very end. I shall pray for the goddess for the goddess to bless Sister Bellica and her village. Come to think of it, Sister Philia made a confession to me this morning. I'm not exactly sure what was bothering her. Can't imagine her faith is anything to confess about. She spoke of reverence, but a word like that doesn't seem to invite sin to me. I don't know what they're talking about either. Watson? Well then, I'd best touch base with the Archbishop about the state of things in Aracian. I've been observing the situation over there over the last week, and things have thankfully calmed down. That arrest amongst the elites has caused quite the turmoil, but the Archbishop has put a lot of effort to calm the situation. Though they still seem rather hostile to Edith Grand Cathedral. Event upstairs. Oh. Probably busy up there. Best leave him be.
Not this way.
No! There's a special event up there. Your master would stroll on in there if he were here. Oh. So we need to bring Burgard along. Okay. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Old Town, Arcade Solutions. Come on. Do a little bit of slippity swapping. Wrong district.
Let's do this. Looks like they're busy getting ready for the memorial service.
Something new? Oh, probably with
That shouldn't
him.
mean we cannot take a look around.
Yep. Special event. Admiring the stained glass. Knock knock. Oh. Alright, I think I largely understand. While I don't intend to encourage your illicit activities, I do, however, agree that something must be done about Armada and their legacy. You're welcome to come and go from here as needed while you're in the capital. Very kind of you. Nah, but seriously, I appreciate the help. I was kinda expecting every higher up in the congregation for divine worship to have a stick jammed up their... Celis, you're being rude. However, I will agree it's a little surprising. Hardly. Let's just say that arrangements had been made by someone else already. And speaking of them... Hi, what a coincidence. Father Rock... Wait, shit. I mean Master Burgard. Celis, Leon, it's been about a week. Nice to see you too, Bishop Orwell. It's been a while. I appreciate you making arrangements. Don't mention it. You might not be part of the same organization, but you always did well by me when you were on active duty. Now, if you'll excuse me, I shall take my leave. Take however much time you need, all of you. I'd say probably would have kicked us out the door if it weren't for you, eh, Master? No, we've managed quite a lot on our own. Now, don't be so put out. Building bridges where there used to be none takes time. So, what's the current status? I do not believe the rubble's been cleared in Aracian yet. Right, about that. Oh, you're still sticking with these jerks, Master. I was under the impression you were merely accompanying them as a matter of necessity and that you'd part ways after business was settled in Aracian. You know, you could just say hello, right? Incan and I were not cut from the cleanest cloth. Let's just say it's a complicated matter. For the time being, it would be far more beneficial to stick with them than act alone. Isn't it too unlike the reason that brought you to the capital in the first place? Never pull a punch. You left the second Dominion in charge of cleaning up that mess. Those partitions of his should help look for shit faster than I ever could. Abbas's team also arrived to lend a hand. He's been acting separately from Wazi quite often lately. Though I guess that's what you ought to expect from a master of the Kunlun school. I'll leave you two to it then. I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully I'll get to see them sometime. Kevin and Gaius too. Please, maybe that'll get them off our backs, Kevin mentioned. Everyone celebrate. Commander's not said shit, so they're bothering us about it instead. That's the commander for you. Were they too upset her, she would sooner drink them under the table than speak frankly. They are aware of that. They're having fun. Much of a big deal is Gramps. One's fawning over him everywhere we go. Looks to be very well acquainted and respected by a lot of high-ranking individuals. Got a lot of apprentices outside the church like me. But why would these idiots be all the way here? It's so important to leave artifact retrieval to someone else. We're talking about Amada's legacy. That mean... No, it can't, can it? I'm bugging you, Arkride. Need to let some steam off. We never declared a proper victor for that little game, so why don't you square up for another round? Mind chilling for just 1 second? Got some pent-up energy, go bother someone else. Besides, a lot of other players are out here in the capital today. Not that might have anything to do with why you two are here. Do feel free to guess. I'd love to hope for nothing to happen whatsoever, but we're not naive enough to let our guard down. We are merely here as insurance. Not unlike you, Spriggan. Fine, it's got a point. They get along like cats and dogs. They're not even trying to hide it. Pretty boy over there looks like he has a bone to pick with Van. He doesn't like that he is Master's favorite. Even if our Spriggan here won't appreciate our well wishes, I do sincerely hope you all will be safe out there. This might be the calm before the storm after all. Ah, Leon? Pardon me if I overstepped, but I imagine you're of the same mind, right? I mean, never hurts to be careful. Wade didn't know with how he's acting. Well, I can't imagine you'll be in much danger if you have our teacher with you. I'll pray for your safety, even yours, Arkride. Don't really need it, but thanks for worrying. Well, I can't say more than that. Confidential and only for Master's ears. Ian's gonna be spending the next few days in Edith's outskirts. Best wishes to you guys or whatever. I'll give you a hand if those bad predictions of mine turn out to be true. How generous of you. Bad predictions, huh?
Alrighty.
The fact that the most sadistic out of everybody there in Almada is still alive is a bad omen in itself. Goddess, thank you for blessing us. Please grant eternal peace to the souls of those who have passed. Miss Goddess Adios, please watch over Daddy and Mommy and me. Mommy, where's Daddy? Oh, I forgot to mention. Willow said he'd arrive a little late. With the festival and now the attack on top of everything, things have been hectic over at the Crossbelt Consulate. Don't worry, sounds like everything will be settled before the festivities and we'll get to spend the festival with Daddy. Yay, I want to spend the festival together with Mommy and Daddy. It's gonna be so much fun. I want Daddy to take me everywhere. Sure, darling, we'll have fun to do with Daddy to make up for all the times he couldn't be with us while he was working in Erebania. Hello and I will be attending the memorial mass on the day of the festival, but we came by today to worship as well. It hardly hurts to offer more prayers for peace for the victims and peace for a future. Besides, I like the cathedral, honestly, I always have. It's peaceful here. I used to come by when I was still a novice artist to draw the cathedral. It's held a special place in my heart since. Mommy draws the cathedral a lot. Her drawings are really popular. But she said those weren't her favorite treasures and that she had something more special. I wonder which painting it could be. She wouldn't tell me. She said it was a secret. It's yours. It's obvious. Wait, there's a person in there? Oh, it's him. He's giving some kind of speech now. Oh, it's a choir. These are the new choir members for the Revolution Festival. As always, I'm in charge of the choir. The festival draws near, so let's give it our best effort. The congregation for the sacrament should be able to handle things, at least to a certain extent. You and Burgard should take some time to rest. Somebody's stuck in there. Is there anything else? A couple more people to talk to over there. Let's get that done. Yo. Hopkins. Even if the perpetrators were captured, what happened in Craig cannot be undone. I've been there a few times before since I used to be border patrol. I risked my life to defend that place. And to think about what happened to it. It's a horrifying weapon the Mafia used. First it was Crossbell's new weapon from last year, and now this. How much farther will we take these ghastly weapons? At this rate, I hope we don't end up destroying the entire continent. Or light the whole atmosphere on fire. Prince Reed, who's come for the Revolution Festival, is staying in this embassy. He comes and goes ever so often. He has been enjoying sightseeing around Edith. It's a little concerning, to be frank, even though I know he has Miss Najee as an escort. But I can't deny that it's quite charming to see the prince cut loose. Him being so easygoing has made him well liked among the embassy staff. Could not be any more different than the opinions on Oliver.
Hey there.
Here he is. That's gotta be the seller, right? He looks just like it. One way to find out. I'll pose as a customer and try talking to him. You guys hang out here. If you approach him as a group, we'll probably get spooked. Makes sense to me. Good luck, Van. Well, hold on a minute, Chief. We're talking about a guy who deals to kids. He's not gonna want to sell to an old fart like you. Sigh. You're gonna miss an opportunity to remind me that I'm older than you, do you? But you might have a point. Client base of students like Curtis, and I sure as hell am out. Oh, damn, don't let Aaron get to you. You're still perfectly young. Yeah, don't worry about it. You should be more confident. I agree. I'm not the best man for the job. It ought to be someone who looks rebellious enough to enjoy taking drugs, or else the guy won't bite. You're up, kid. Tell this old man what a young punk like you can deliver. Hell yeah. I'll deliver all right. Just watch and learn. Hello, sir. I would like to buy some drugs. Yo, dude. Heard you could hook me up with some good shit. That true? Who the hell are you? A good friend of mine told me all about you. Said you got some kick-ass mints that can get you high. Emphasis on the kick. Mind hooking me up with some? I'll pay whatever you want if that's good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. That lanky-ass school kid fill you in? I'll let you out on a secret. That stuff originally came straight from some pharmaceutical company. I hadn't heard of them before, but I guess they got busted by the cops or something like that. They were out on the market for only a hot minute before they had taken off. I just sold the last of my stock to that kid a little while ago. Kidding me? All that talk, you got nothing to deliver? Way to let a guy down. Hey, trust me, I'd love to have more so I can make even more money. It is what it is. Seems like that kid's developed a real dependence on him, though. I tried telling him what I just told you, but he got all pissy with me. Told me to give him more before chucking what he had like a little baby. Sounds like that's why I freaking hate dealing with addicts like him. They've always got to make everything hard. Dingo, so the kid really did just come through here. Sounds pretty shitty, yeah. What did he do after he threw that temper tantrum? Suggested some other stuff to try, but he wouldn't listen to me. All he wants are those mints, it seems. So I told him to try the Blacklight District just to finally get the kid out of my face. Even told him how to get down there for good measure. Hopefully you'll leave me alone now. Blacklight District, huh? That's a good idea. You definitely see someone going down there hawking that stuff in some dark and dingy corner. That all you were after too, just those mints? You have plenty of other perfectly good stuff, you know. I'll even give you a free hit. Try it. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm only interested in those mints too. Great, thanks for nothing. What a waste of time this was. I think I'm gonna try selling elsewhere today. Seed here is dearer than a stuffed palm. Mission accomplished. Nice work. Sounds like you got a lot out of that dirtbag. I'm just glad we have an idea of where Curtis might be now. I bet we can guess where those mints came from too. Yeah, it's probably a dummy corporation set up by A. All we need to do is find the kid and hear his side of the story. Inez is on his way to the Blacklight District. Let's focus on dragging him out first. We can question him after that. He's currently winning in the arena. Very well. Let's track him and get him out of there. Yes. I guess we're gonna go here first.
Heading to the objective.
I'm sure we'll find out what the main event is around here too. There's some in the arena. And something over there.
I don't think I've seen you before.
Oh, found him. Finally found you. Hey, you're Maja, right? The herb seller? Tell me you got the mints I'm looking for. Say, I don't think I recognize you. You look like you came from the surface the way you're dressed. Hate to break it to you, but I don't stock that garbage. Honestly, you should really quit taking those things if you know it's good for you. Liar. You have those mints, I know it. If I don't get more of those mints, I'm... Dingo. This is where we find our Poindexter. What do you want? I swear I recognize you from somewhere. You're Curtis, right? What is something's going on with this kid here? Mind filling me in? Sure. Mom sent on a request for us. Van and company brought the two up to speed on the events that brought him here. They clarified that the mints Curtis had been eating were reportedly laced with illicit substances. What? I didn't hear anything about that. All I knew was that they were hard to come by. I thought they were ordinary mints that just happened to taste like tobacco. Oh, there's more to them than that. Much more. But they were manufactured by A, and that they leaked out into the streets before the cops did their post-Starbad roundup. The CID stamped out their pipeline, so they're not being made anymore. It's only a matter of time before they're off the streets completely. Well, that's a relief. I get you kids like to rebel against your parents, but hard drugs aren't exactly the gotcha you think they are. It's not about that. I'm not trying to rebel. I need those mints. Why can't you simpletons understand? It's not worth damaging your body. You really need to stop. Already showing side effects, bud. That outburst there, probably the mints making you irritable and prone to withdrawal. Like it or not, those things are having an impact on you. They're only going to get worse the longer you're on them. I know that, for crying out loud. I know they're dangerous, but I have to take them. If I don't take them, I can't study hard enough. And if I can't study hard enough, I'll fail my entrance exam, and then I'll just be another stupid kid like all the rest. I don't even want to imagine how my parents would react if that happens. They'll yell and scream and maybe kick me out of the house. My life is over, isn't it? This poor kid. I feel awful for him. That's uncomfortably close to home. I can understand where he's coming from. Fear not, young man. So long as we're on the case, we won't let your parents unjustly punish you. That I promise. Sigh. Okay. I didn't sign up to be this family's counselor, but it's pretty clear to me that the parents share some of the blame here. We're gonna need to give them a talking to. I know you're not gonna like this, but I need you to be part of the discussion with us, okay? If you don't mind me asking, do you know who sold those mints to him in the first place? You do, actually. Long guy with goatee. Seemed like he had a habit of slinging his stuff around town. Oh, him. Should have figured. Don't you guys worry, he hasn't been on the streets for long. I'll be sure to remind him of the rules we have here. Well, frankly, if he's going around selling drugs to children, he won't be on the streets for long. Thanks, we really appreciate it. Saves us the ball ache of having to go find him again. Probably ought to report back to Renee before doing anything else, though. Now that we're done here, let's swing back around to Bermati's place and fill him in on the details. Good idea. Maybe you can take a look at Curtis and diagnose his condition, too. Ben and company quickly got to work, paying Bermati a visit and filling him in on their minty mystery. Having previously analyzed the ingredients found in the Orbal hookahs, Bermati was able to prescribe sorely needed medicine for the boy. And once Curtis's symptoms subsided, Van contacted his parents. They agreed to reconvene at the family's home so that the group could report their findings. Okay, now that everyone's here, we can get started. Well, what did you find? Was I right? Has Curtis made some bad friends? I'm sure it's just a typical rebellious teen phase. Let's go over what we found, and then we can take things from there. Van began by discussing how Curtis bought the tobacco flavored mints from a dealer on a whim. Curtis soon had developed a dependency on them, since his academics improved when he used them, and also brought up how the mints were laced with drugs. Though the side effects were light, Curtis soon started taking prescription medicine, thinking it would cure him. Sigh, this is all so much to take in. I feel so dizzy simply thinking about it. To think my own son would be taking prescription drugs. He's even worse than I could have imagined. I'm very disappointed in you. This is the thanks I get after supporting you and your studies unconditionally. What do you have to say for yourself, young man? Keep it down, will you? Or do you want the neighbors to hear you? As for you, did you forget that your father just started working again? I don't have time for this nonsense, and yet here you are causing me nothing but problems, as if I don't have enough on my plate already. I practically had to beg for some time off work to come have this conversation with you. Are you even aware of what I'm going through? I'm sorry. Sigh. I'm honestly surprised at the total lack of shame here. So am I. Are you actually sorry for what you put us through, young man? I trust the police aren't going to have to get involved at this point. The last thing I need is for my son to get arrested. Now that will really get me fired. No, you two got it all wrong. He's not the one that should be ashamed. It's you two who should be mortified. Though I guess it's up to you. Can't force either of you to feel guilty. Guilty? Why? What should I even feel guilty for? Don't try to change the subject. Curtis is the one that's acting like a delinquent. This isn't about us. On the contrary, this is all about you folks. Or did you forget already? You asked us to figure out why your kid changed. Serving you the answer on a silver platter. Curtis was hitting a dead end with his studies and felt like he was being driven into a corner. That may be true, but I fail to see what that has to do with either of us. Since you're not getting it, I'll spell it out for you. Your son didn't fall in with a bad crowd or change because of some damn mints. It's all his parents' fault. Neglectful pair that failed to notice what he was going through. Maybe he just didn't want to. I knew I wouldn't like where this conversation was headed. Where did I fail as a father, huh? You two ever stop to think about how Curtis feels? I don't know everything about your family, but it looks like you two only worry about what you want for him and not what he wants. And who are you thinking you can tell us how to run our family? You don't have the slightest idea of how hard I've worked for this. Also, Curtis could get into a prestigious high school. His future would be set. Exactly. Do you know how much money I spent on his textbooks and mock tests? I've done all that despite my work situation. Conversations get nowhere and fast. You should have known they wouldn't listen. You're wrong bailing out and leaving the kid out to dry, though. Not really my style, but I guess it's time for a little marriage counseling. What should we tell him? Oh, wow. Recommended divorce. That is a brutal choice. I'm not gonna go with that one. A divorce would maybe be better in the long term, but it would freak him the hell out in the short term, which would fuck with his whole high school exam shtick, right? Maybe talking about their family bonds will get the suit to snap out of it. Does it even cross your mind just why your son was so desperate with the studies? Who knows? Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but shit looks like he was just trying to live up to those lofty expectations of yours. That's not why. I just thought a good student should go to a prestigious school. And then you hit a brick wall. So that when you started turning to those mints to get... That's when you started turning to those mints to get to Aramis. At the end of the day, is that what you wanted? I mean... Sounds to me like what you really wanted was to not let your folks down. Put in all the effort so they would finally acknowledge you. I don't know what to say. And while your son's busting his back to succeed, what support did he have? He had a mother that twisted her love and affection for her child into a leash. A father acting only for his own self-righteousness without ever stopping to look back at his family. Honestly, none he ever did. You two don't know the first thing about taking care of a kid if you think this sad excuse for parenting is the best way to raise them. Sniffle. I'm so sorry. I wanted to support you, but it turns out all I was doing was burning you even more. I might have let it get to my head having so much power over managing your life. I failed you as a mother. I should have believed in you, and I didn't. I'm also sorry, son. I thought it was my job as the man of the house to provide for my family, and that it was your mother's job to raise you instead. When I was demoted at work, I thought I'd failed you all. And that's not when this all started. It began with me neglecting you, and that's what really should have been my role within this family. Dad, I think it's time for the three of us to sit down and talk as a family. Talk and figure out where things went wrong and how to fix things. Sniffle. You're right. It's time we stop running from reality and start trying to work together. Yeah, I guess so. We really do need to talk. Phew, glad things have finally calmed down. You didn't pull your punches, Van. That was some fine work defusing the situation. No one does it quite like you, Van. That wasn't anything special. Just did what I felt was needed to turn things around. Don't got anything else to add here. This is up to you. And don't worry about the whole drug deal. We'll take care of it discreetly so it doesn't become public. We'll get out of here now. Good luck with y'all.
All in a day's work.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Yay. We get law. Anyway, I have to get dinner ready. Well, let's discuss this over dinner, okay? What's gotten into you two? You were all normal until this morning, and now you're all soft and stuff. Fine, I'll take the medicine, okay? Thanks, I guess. I owe you. So, but how are your grades? No, that's not what I should be talking about. I just don't really know where to start. Well, at least they're mending their ties, right? What's going on in there?
Hey,
We already talked with her once. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she had one more line of dialogue. I wish I had a name like a book character, not some old history thing. But Begin makes history really interesting. Her stories don't feel like a class at all. I'll try and pay attention today. Oh, before I forget, Burris' family got things worked out. That's all good now. Good for them. Ain't never my problem anyway. They're the ones who got all pissed about it. They better get their heads screwed on straight before they come yowling at me again.
More Ken. Come back soon.
Uh-huh. I forget, how close are we to the next rank? Got a SP report.
Gotta keep this up.
336. We need 14 more. And there appears to be a bunch of random things happening. I guess we'll start at Riverside. We'll go
On my
down
way.
the list, as per usual. Now that things are back to normal, it's off to work I go with Old Faithful here. If we don't start now, then we're gonna make up for lost time during lockdown. Thelma's in higher spirits now, which is good. Maybe I'll ask her to hang out later. But yeah, they're locked during the day. Not a lot of people on this street. A few people over there, but I feel like there's usually more people. No one's gonna believe our comeback. We'll turn the tables on Ashino and be the best ones in Riverside. But we won't win if we don't come up with a tasty new menu. It's time to debut our brand new menu. You know, or rue the day she decided to set up shop anywhere near us. Wasn't planning on adding anything to the menu this year, but having a limited special for the festival is a great idea. There's a whole lot of demand for our regular menu items as is, so stacking on new prep time on top, that's gonna be a real hassle. But I ain't worried. Now with Primo around, we should be able to handle between the two of us.
well,
Take as long as you need. I'll be waiting for you.
Now then.
There's the runner. Selma, right? Yeah. It's nice to be able to run again. Feels like things are finally back to normal. I didn't go jogging at all during lockdown. Barely started my legs already feel like jelly. How easy you can fall out of shape. Not letting that happen again. I'll just have to pick up the pace to make up for lost time. She will. Sale and I have been talking, so all I gotta do is lay down and whatever, just take care of it. Just keep in mind we have our own bottom line to look out for. Once we can stall is 2 weeks. Okay, thank you so much.
Well, if
Paper
it
body.
isn't Van.
Big box. This coconut, you're not gonna believe this. Oh goddess, do I even want to hear about it? You remember that Reader's Choice poll I brought up the other day? You won first place. That's not all. The editorial department's been flooded with fan mail. Congratulations. Oh, really? Just goes to show all my work finally paid off. Thank you so much for your support all this time, Cronin. I owe you one. But I didn't do anything. This is all you, Miss Coconut. Speaking of which, I look forward to seeing what you cook up for your year-end special. Huh? Special what now? Oh, did I not mention that part? The grand prize winner gets to have a one-shot special published. What? Then you get us 16 pages in 3 days? No, I don't actually. What the hell, Cronin, you jerk? Please don't be mad. I'll do everything I can to help through it. Well, Bravati, working hard as usual, I see. The incident with the hay is still making waves. All my sources are still abuzz talking about it. Got any juicy info you wouldn't mind sharing? Of course I do. There's still some of A's gangsters out and about. It's quite concerning knowing we have some stragglers laying low in the capital. Yeah, it worries me too. Now, Melchior, now worth the time. We should still keep an eye out just in case we come across any information regarding their whereabouts. As long as it doesn't get in the way of everything else we're doing, sounds good to me. The streets are quite shaken after the aftermath of that A incident. It's going to be a while until things settle down, so take care of yourself. If any new info comes in, you'll be the first to know.
I'll take your order.
Nothing new.
Aww, you're leaving already?
That was a very minor story bit. But there's something going on in the church as well. I'm glad the Mafia's gone and everything, but Lashkar's still not doing too good. I make sure and pray every day for those who've lost their lives, so their souls can rest in peace. I want to pray every day too, but I always forget. But pray twice as hard for me, Rooney. You know, prayers aren't effective unless you do them yourself, right? Don't worry, Rooney. You're like a grown-up, so I'm sure Arusha will listen if it's you asking. Here's hoping. Rooney's always trying to act all grown up, but he's a big softie. He's a bit of a coward, but he's always nice. I'm sure Arusha will hear his prayers. I'm gonna go to the church and pray. I'm really worried about Lashkar. He hasn't been doing well lately. The dancers are here? What are their names again? Ow. Hurts. Ow. But I bet it hurt even more when any of the others... What happened? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about it. Damn it. But you're hurt. He is. After what happened, then hearing about the events in Arasian, Lashkar hasn't been himself lately. I believe he picked a fight with some miscreants in town today. A kid like him shouldn't write checks his skinny wrist can't cash. Ain't exactly piggy with targets when you just gotta lash out. You want to do, especially when Almada's out of the picture now. Probably bit off more than he could chew with some punk that looked like he'd fit right in with Almada. Yeah, so what? What do you care anyway? Everyone's gone already. Even the bad guys, and I couldn't do anything. Here he was thinking I could become a bracer. Turns out I'm just useless. Worthless. Damn it. That's what this is all about. I don't think this is something he can punch his way out of, but is there anything else he can really do? There is. We ain't gonna be the ones finding the answer to that for him. Best we leave him be. No, Damn it all. We're keeping Lashkar here at the temple for the time being. I worry most about his mental health, considering everything that's happened, but all we can do for now is look after him. Basher. The Vicar. The citizenry has started to regain a sense of normalcy, albeit small. It does bring me joy seeing people move on slowly. We can never take back what has already been lost, so all we can do is move on. Sorrow and grief still plague us all. I'll pray for the souls of those gone and those left behind to mourn them. I've heard tell that the incident could have been racially motivated. To think such hatred for one's neighbors brought this tragedy about. The wound left behind is deep, and maybe it shall never truly heal. We must unite in prayer, however, and support those affected the most. The sorrow and despair are too heavy for one to bear alone. We must unite in prayer to lift up those who need it most. Give me a second. Computer's still a little loud. Something sounds loose in the computer. Might be a cable that's like super close to something, and the vibration is causing it to rattle. I did give it a good cleaning today, though. I actually did it. But yeah, didn't fix all the problems. Shahina, and what was the other one's name? Hi guys. Sarah. Dang it. Sarah and Shahina. These selfies with you too. Who are they? Acquaintances of yours? We met each other back in Tharbad. Nice to see you. It's been a while. What brings you guys here? We bumped into each other in town, so I'm showing them around now. We have a guest role in Director Gotti's new film, so we were invited to come here. You'll be in Director Gotti's next film? Congratulations. Be careful with that perv. Don't let him goad you into doing some skeevy scene or event. Two of the three actresses are already keeping an eye, making sure they don't get in any trouble. I'm tremendously grateful to Judith and Nina. Actually, we were on our way to your office to say hi, Dan. You got ahead of us there. If you have the time, feel free to stop by for a visit anytime. I'm usually free during the day. We'll be staying until the Revolution Festival, so I'm sure we'll have a chance to visit. We'll get out our special reserve of snacks for you. Yeah, that is. Why can't I read the sentence? We'll get out our reserve of special snacks for you. Special snacks for you. I mean, my reserve, the ones I save for myself. Oh, you were saving those? Oops, ate all of them already. If we weren't in public. I'm showing Sarah and Shahina around since we already know each other. Speaking of, I heard these two recently got into an agency. That's good. Probably saves them some hassle. I'm really grateful for this year's film festival. It might have been a little bumpy, but it gave me the chance to be in my first film. And on top of it, I got to meet you all. It's all the Winged Goddess's blessing. I owe it all to her guidance. Sarah and I are planning on checking out all of Edith during our visit. And that includes the Arkwright Solutions office. We'd love to swing by later. Really want to see what your workplace is like. Nice seeing them again. It also means they're going to be involved in whatever chaos is going to happen in a bit. The Revolution Festival is right around the corner, so we're brainstorming for an event to put up. We're always looking to improve our driving technique. Nothing wrong with having a little fun while we're at it. I know Yennefer's real excited for it. Guess I'm starting to get pumped up about it too. Ooh, I finally found it. Finally gonna get to install my brand new engine. No way. Really? Damn, I'm green with envy. Even find an engine that fit. I'm pretty sure your car's only meant to take its exact custom engine. Must have been tough to find. Must have been a tough find. Not as tough as when you got my uncle's know-how and my mechanical prowess. Weight distribution is gonna be way different, but this will put me in another class on the track anyway. Guys, you sit tight, my little Kabul. You're gonna be the hottest cow on the circuit. Her excitement is infectious. Can't blame her. Ain't gonna be long before my sweet little Nightbreaker gets the same treatment. And off you go. You're like a kid that won't shut up about their toys. Oversized toys. My darling Cabool's finally gonna get a serious upgrade. I can't wait. My uncle said he wouldn't help me here. So it's all up to me here. Don't worry, darling. I'll make you shine. Finally came across a decently used engine. Been hunting one for a while. Unifer there said she'd be willing to work for free for a year. An offer I couldn't turn down, so I signed her on. But I don't intend on tightening a single screw for her. She's doing all the oil changes and maintenance by herself from here on out.
What'll it be?
Wild helmet for Burgard. A durable orbital bike helmet with a wild design.
Come again.
Alright, let's hand it off.
I appreciate it.
Plus 70. Well, that's everything here. Nation Street next. Got a 4SPG on the sign. Ooh boy.
No rest.
Let's just go this way first. Go start here and circle around. I'm happy that the culprits behind the Cray tragedy are out of the picture now and the state of emergency was lifted, but it won't bring them back. It's hard to accept that we'll never get another delivery from Cray. We'd usually order a huge amount of extra produce right before the festival. This will be the first year we won't. A painful reminder that they're really gone.
I'm proud of all my wares. It's been a pleasure.
Phew, thank the goddess my husband is fine. I'm relieved to hear he'll be making it home the night of the Revolution Festival. I would have preferred that he come here before then, but he's been busy with his work trip. Oh well, the evening paints itself as the perfect time to have a fancy dinner. That's been really hopeful she'll snag a guy during the Revolution Festival. Of course, I can see you meeting one at the festival. That's where I met my hubby. But when your mind is clouded so badly by that prospect, you'll end up missing out on the best things in life.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Hello, it's nice seeing you all here. But busy as always, eh? Looks like our mafia troubles are pretty much all over, so we get to enjoy the festival fully from here on. Don't think it's gonna be that easy. There's gonna be consequences for it. I don't like it myself, but even Hayway's getting on the cleanup. Better that the big shots of the underworld do something useful than hinder everything. I'll take Hayway being a little shady a million times over any genuine threats going on. Don't think I'm a big fan of Hayway or anything, but I'd rather take this than them doing anything that might threaten us. The Revolution Festival is right around the corner. Here's hoping things will remain this calm for the rest of the year.
Does anything catch your eye? I hope I see you again.
Yo. Hey Van, gang. Heard you guys had a hand in all the Rossian business. What a hodgepodge of evil. What a hodgepodge of evil organizations coming out of the woodwork it was. Marduk, Deck Arms, just to name a few. As long as it involves weapons, I can count on you to know what's going on. Saves me having to explain things, I guess. Yeah, I know what's up. The underworld should hopefully calm down a little with Almada out of the picture. Good comeuppance to those asshats for what they did to Kaina. How have you been since the incident, Kaina? Honestly, I don't think it's even dawned on me yet. Like my head's not caught up with the fact that everyone's just gone. I couldn't thank Sylvie enough for taking care of me, and I've been keeping busy working, so at least there's that. I can't forget about the devastating tragedy that struck my village just yet, but I guess I'm starting to heal if only a little. No need to rush feeling better, though. You got time, and I'll take care of you all throughout. Hang in there, both for yourself and for that kid. I will. Ashar's still shaken up about everything. I have to be there for him. Even with the church taking care of him, I'm the only one that really knows what he's going through. You're right. I wish things were better. I'll be sure to keep the squirt in mind. Don't worry about Kaina. I'll take care of her. I'll keep up with her training. He's my apprentice after all, and I don't do things by halves. I've been checking up on Lashkar every day. He's still pretty out of it. I can't blame him for it. Me and Annie were so close after all. Least I could do is offer my support.
You got a permit, yeah?
We don't got any new weapons yet.
Thank you for visiting the Weston department store.
There is a bunch of new
Our stores
new
have a
accessory
wide variety
things.
of fine goods for
and new armor. And
sale.
booties.
Hope you enjoy shopping with us.
I'll buy it, but I'm not gonna be putting that on anybody. I am not reducing somebody's speed by like 6. A
Limited
big
edition
number.
Revolution Festival merchandise is on sale throughout the building. We invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
So that's just a straight upgrade from what he has. We don't have the money to afford any of this. It's so sad. Can't even afford the cheapest one.
Thank you for visiting the Weston department store. Our stores have a wide
Wait a
variety-
minute.
You better take a
Where'd we get this? HP per van.
care of it. We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Revolution Festival is finally here. The day when all the capital's best catches have their guard down.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There's no way I'm gonna miss this opportunity to find myself a loaded husband. I doll up as best my budget allowed. Watch out, because today I'm on the hunt. My prey is a good, stable husband with deep pockets.
we invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
It's a relief to see the emergency state lifted. Though things are calming down, you must keep ever present the lives you lost. They won't come back. Who would have guessed that some of Veracion's leading companies would have held ties to the Mafia? Quite a surprise coming from Etwas and Quincy. We do business with some high-end clothing suppliers in Veracion. I worried for a moment that there might be arrests among them as well. Fortunately, none of our partners or clients have been shown to have ties with the Mafia.
Thank you for visiting
It was such a
the
relief to hear.
Weston department store.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Our stores have a wide variety of fine
No
goods
new
for sale.
equipment.
We await your next visit. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Hope you enjoy shopping with
Yeah,
us.
second.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Limited edition
It's not a lot of money, but it's something.
We await your next visit.
We invite everyone to come and see for
Well,
Oh, it's Gotti. And, what's her name? Who's, the ID agent? Well, look who it is. I haven't seen you all since you were in Tharbad. Weren't expecting to run into you here. You're either, Director. I'll come here with Lieutenant Kayla. Government asked yours truly to help with the ceremony's production. Makes sense. You did do a good job with the film festival plan, catchphrase notwithstanding. Don't act like you didn't help out at all there. I do without a do-over from the last festival. Please don't jinx it. I wouldn't worry so much. You're more than aware of the fact that we're finally rid of A. The odds of anything major happening are low at best. It's going to happen. It's not improbable that there are remnants still out there, so security is still just as tight. As a precaution. You here to discuss unit placement then? That's right. The meetings with us more than anything. Oh. People from Basel. Interesting. Supervisor, wasn't it like Giscard or something like that? I'm pretty sure I was saying Giscard the whole time and I got it wrong. And Essie too. I heard you'd help with the festival, but I didn't realize you'd be coming all the way here. It's been a while. We're helping set up all the equipment for the ceremony. Oh yeah, y'all are showing up some new stuff, right? Pretty busy then. Drowning in work, more like. This isn't even my specialty, but here I am slaving away. Your sympathy does soothe the pain, Van. You don't mind if I call you Van, right? Of course not. Good. You can call me Essie just like Catcher does if you want. And I'm gonna pass it. It's real casual, real quick. It's just how Essie is. He's really friendly to everyone. That smart-ass professor gonna be at the unveiling. He'll be at the ceremony, but not much else. He's got his hands more than full with another project right now. Professor Hamilton will be here too. Really? Four of us might finally be able to get together. It's been such a long time. I certainly hope so. Esmeralda, Kayla, might hear me out here. Oh, what about? You two are bursting at the seams with sex appeal. There's this pizzazz to you. It's everything I could have hoped for and more. What do you say we chase new heights of sexiness together? I'm far too busy to even consider the proposition. That's not a field I have much interest in, I'm afraid. What? Same as always. Just ruined the moment. Customers have finally started coming to the rooftop terrace now that things are finally quieting down. Our numbers are on the up and up. And I'm sure even more people will come over when the Revolution Festival rolls around.
What'll you have today?
Nothing new.
Thanks for coming.
This is no ordinary show. It's a special occasion, so we should dial up the sex appeal. Oh, I know. What if Judith and Nina both burst in wearing something really sexy? I need to get in touch with them ASAP. Almost guaranteed that's also going to be a no. 1 second. We're going to grab Judith real quick.
What are we waiting for?
Heading to the objective.
Come on, Judith. Just picture everyone's jaws dropping the second you walk in, wearing some really erotic clothes. Yeah, not happening. That was not as much dialogue as I was expecting. Director Gotti asked me to take care of the ceremony and the production equipment from Trian Tower. It's still 3 days away, but that won't stop him from talking my ear off about all the details. Can't blame the man too much, though. Not wrong with being a perfectionist, so I'll do my best to live up to expectations. The Revolution Festival is going to consist of 2 official events, the ceremony and the memorial mass at the cathedral. We plan on tightening security measures everywhere, regardless of the current state of matters with Almada. Were they able to still, the Revolution Festival would have been the perfect time to strike. To be honest, I do feel somewhat relieved. Gotti's a famous movie director, right? We don't have any movie theaters near the Institute, so I haven't seen many films. But I should have the time during the Revolution Festival. Maybe watching one will teach me a thing or two. Oh, hello. Taking a look at the billboard. Oh, this is a good angle. Pan the camera to get a good shot of the central station. And if I add a voiceover to it, it'll feel like the start of a real movie. All that's left is to put it all together. It's gonna be hard. Maybe Ren would know what to do. Are you trying to make a movie? Well, damn, good for them. Yunon's been really enthused ever since she bought that camera. She's determined to get her own slot for the school festival.
Well,
It's mind-blowing that I finally get to use all my favorite film techniques. Secondhand it might have been, but this camera was my best purchase ever. Next up, I gotta figure out editing.
Our stores have a
It's a very interesting program called, fuck, I actually do not remember what that old program is called that they used on Windows Computer. It was Windows Movie Maker, I think. Yeah, that was it, Windows Movie Maker. We're in the early days of internet still, technically. At least is what it looks like. They haven't shown us anything to convince us otherwise. I have 2 appointments today. I need to get going. I still haven't reached my sales quotas for the year, and the festival is soon. Just a little more, and then it's bonuses and paid vacations for me. Alright, let's make this happen. All the blood, sweat, and tears will be worth it just to spend the end of the year on a well-deserved vacation. Okay, I'm gonna find out what's over here.
Let's see what we've got.
Or SPG. Dingo's Legacy. My name's Cunning, and I'm the editor-in-chief for the gossip rag Meld. There's something I gotta tell you about Dingo Brad, who used to work here. If you're interested, come to the 2nd floor of the Orbital Cafe. I'll make this an official 4SPG just in case. Meld EIC Cunning. Wait. Anyway, let me have a look. Another one. Pest control at the park. Recent reports about the dangerous monster, Genitos nubia, has appeared deep within the forest area of Dirk Memorial Park. Take care of this in the guild's stead. Ain't smelling the usual scent, so I think the bulletin board hunt's over. Oh. And that porter friend of yours used to work at Meld, right? I guess Gosbrag and Calvert. Didn't know you were tight with the editor-in-chief. Not. Will's mentioned him before, but I've never met the guy. Supposed to be a bit of a headache to deal with, so I tried to keep it that way too. But it looks like my luck just ran out. I really think we should meet him. I wonder if he's there already. It's not that long a walk from here to the Orbital Cafe. We should go and visit him when we get a chance then. I'm curious at who it is. Maybe we met him before, maybe not. So grateful that we get the opportunity to properly celebrate the Revolution Festival again this year. Classes and research have gone back to normal in Basel as well, but things are finally going back to normal. Nothing will ever bring Professor Callahan back, but time marches on ever forward. The Institute will continue the research programs for his sake. It's much more lively around now that the Revolution Festival is coming up. That old Mafia deal got settled last month. I hear they pulled out the big guns for it, got special forces and even Jaegers on the case. I even heard that some shady civvies got involved in the whole deal. Well, whatever. They helped out, and that's all I should be happy about. Must have been real strong in the first place to help out. By the way, recently got an application for some sort of street gig or something. It had to do with idols or whatever. Might just end up causing even more trouble. Off. Anyway, it's not my place to judge. Permit was granted, so I hope their show's a success.
Okay.
Whoops.
I need to take the train. Alright. Come on, go. Come on to the moon. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. They're just performing. Don't stare, you'll make my heart race. We'll be performing live at the Revolution Festival. Love to see you all there. So the idol group has gotten its start. Good for them. Huh, must be a special day if you two are coming in together. Good work today, lad, but dang it, we do not have that sort of relationship. Calm down there. Don't get all up in my case about it. Not what I was implying. I don't know what you two are on about, but I'd also like to thank you for your work in Messedom today. We're on our way to a work trip. We'll be back later tonight, so the capital's all yours for today. Alright, I'll keep an eye on the capital's outskirts, just to be safe. Don't worry too much, take things easy out there. We will. You might be done by the evening if we're quick about it. Let's go, Elvis. We'll split up. Alright, you look like you're raring to go. Got all that inspiration from that S-rank bracer that came over for a visit, huh? Yeah, remind me what being a bracer's all about. What happened to Ewan was a tragedy, but we need to keep going. For him. And after what happened to Ewan, meeting that person has given them quite a kick to keep moving forward. Making them steady progress. We still haven't entirely recovered from what happened. But it can't be an excuse to stay still. We need to keep going for Ewan's sake. Can't tarnish his memory. Now when I have my seniors in the S-rank bracer to repay for teaching me so much. We're still dealing with the incident's aftermath too. Things are calming down now, but Elaine's still not back. Regina's still being optimistic about it, so I'll follow her example. We have to do all we can to help out. Nice seeing you two around. Brings me back. I remember when Jin and I used to take care of you. Looks like you two both have taken care of your own business. Sadly, it doesn't look like love's in the air today. Still, maybe I can get my hopes up with the Revolution Festival right around the corner. They're trying to make it happen. It shouldn't happen. There's something going on over there. Hey, Mommy, I want to see. Does look like fun. Hands up if you love singing. Me? You're not gonna bother them, right? I won't. Mine has been a lot more cooperative ever since I started talking to her more attentively. Shopping's probably going to take us a bit, but that's fine. I'd rather we take our time. a leisure walk doesn't sound too bad right now. Grateful to just have the chance to do so. I love singing, and they're dancing and everything. It's so cool.
That's a relief.
But just look at those two. To think there were still girls around with such a beautiful bond. They call themselves idols, I think. How cute. Wait, no, I can't allow my earthly desires to get the better of me again. Oh boy. She's one of those. Like, wasn't her name in Cold Steel Dorothy as well?
One bullet can change
And Emma?
your fate. Catch a revival
A bit,
show
but
and
not as
smash
bad.
hit,
I only just repented for them and pledged to celebrate the Revolution Festival and Memorial Service without them, but look at me already. I just can't ignore the way my heart is beating. Huh? Putting on a show at the Revolution Festival? Please, Sky Goddess, guide me forward, illuminate my path.
What grief.
Oh hey, Detective. You approve my request to take the afternoon of the Revolution Festival off work. I might actually get to take my girlfriend on a date for once. Oh, that'll be nice. You sure now's the time to talk about it? We'll only do half a day during the Revolution Festival, sure, but today's just a normal duty day. Can you get going back to the station? Last I heard you talking about going on a date was around the film festival. Don't tell you you've been neglecting her since then. That'd be nicer, you know. Carol's girls are too eccentric for me. And women in the police department just have no cool. Getting someone outside the office was the best idea I've ever had. An office romance probably would have gone real bad. Especially in the police department.
One girl's courage will change history.
Oh, I missed somebody outside? I got this other company's info session coming up, but I still have no clue where I should even apply for. Here's hoping I don't end up getting lost before the actual interview. That's the kind of thing I get nightmares about. Oh, how about I only apply to places that are easy to get to? Oh no, it's on the roof. We're good. I saw the yellow of the door. It's really crowded around now that the Revolution Festival's right around the corner. Bonnie Kid guys yet? You ever think about anything else, Greta? Aw, cut me some slack. You know how bummed I was we didn't get tickets to the EGC? So pathetic. Not just depressed, but single, too. So am I. Does that not matter to you? Getting back together with my ex would totally blow. Not having anyone to go out with during the festival would suck so hard. Oh right, I totally forgot to check that online application. I applied 30 times for the hell of it. I have to have won something, right?
Thank you for walking into my life.
What to do?
Come on, I'm begging you.
What's up, Hazel? Oh, it's you. You know, like the aftermath has been a whole lot more complicated than at first thought. They managed to evade pursuit by leaving trails of dummy info to throw us off. Elaine did a bang-up job in Racian, at least. That's definitely helped matters. It doesn't look like she's going anywhere, thankfully. Couldn't be happier about her staying with the guild. President Claire has been cooperating with the interrogations. We have other things to worry about still, like the situation with Gray. At the very least, we could take a somewhat smaller break now. That's something we're celebrating. Gray. I made the big mistake of going to Aracion without permission. I got in big trouble for it. Thankfully, my suspension finally got lifted. I may have gotten in big trouble for it, but I'm thankful I was there to see the Mafia being eradicated with my own eyes. But according to Lahad, I gotta redo my training now. Jin and Hazel had some words for me too. Caused a lot of trouble for a lot of people. I'm really sorry. I have to make it up to everyone. I'm gonna turn over a new leaf.
Alrighty.
Alright. We got the Orbital Cafe and whatever quest is within. I'm glad stuff around the city has finally started calming down. Be even more glad if customers started coming back, though. But the Revolution Festival is just around the corner. We'll be preparing for the festivities, of course. Business has been booming over in the 3rd District lately. We need to pick it up with the ads if we want to get customers in here, too.
Need help with something?
A new driver. You gotta sell something to buy it.
I'm ready to help whatever you need.
What'll you have today?
Orbital massager for Judith. A device that relaxes stiffened muscles. Let's see, what can we sell? It's like 27 of these. I'll sell the Zerum powder.
Thanks for coming.
I can handle any maintenance.
Innocence bot. Any new plugins by chance? Nope. Let's see, at the very least, we need to change out the driver and unlock it.
I'm ready to help whatever you need.
I feel like I'm missing something. So we'll try,
Time to update this.
that. There we go. That's the only one with unopened slots. So Innocence has nothing in it, but you can basically customize it however you want. Kind of like this one. Jabberwock arm. Pretty fun. There we are. Alright, we got what we wanted. Relieved to see things finally calm down. Honestly, I panicked a little when everything was still going on. But the owner and boss are barely even batted an eye. They just kept going about things so calmly and helped direct me. I'm so glad I got a job here.
What'll you have today? Thanks for coming.
I always press the wrong button.
Thanks.
Plus 30. Dang it, so close. Wait a minute. The monster killing quest is marked as a side quest.
Off we go.
Oh, it's all the way at the end. You know what? Why don't we go to the entrance and just beat the crap out of things? It'll be super easy. And we'll use Bird Guard.
Here goes.
I'll take over.
Should be really easy.
Beginning contact.
Could use a charge attack, you know.
I'm surprised that they have so much HP.
Activating skill.
Here
Alright.
goes.
Guess we're just gonna be S-crafting all day, every day.
Thank you for the help, Eric.
Watch. That one's big.
Wow. That did not feel nearly as much as I wanted.
I shall hand it. Your turn, man. Wide open.
Hit him fast. Activating skill.
Wide open.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
It should be safe for now. You are a great help on, yes?
We're gonna be getting no EXP from these enemies, but we're getting money. That's the important part. That's all we need.
Prepare yourself for a fight. Take this.
Take the sun! Keep it up! You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You continue
Looks like
to
the gang's all
persevere.
here.
Hardcore. Leveled up.
Take this deploying shot. Let's finish the job. Got a whole slew of them. Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, Van.
Gotcha.
Not over. This could get tricky with so many.
Gotcha. Got a whole slew of them.
Oh.
Sucker.
Activating skill. Ah, that was a decent fight.
Couldn't picture any different, Master. Gotcha. You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Brace yourself. That one is a brute.
Take the sun. Chase.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Ah, that was a decent fight.
Thank you for the help there,
Take this. The sun now. Let's finish the job.
In a
Not deploying
Keep
shot.
your wits
Got a
about.
whole slew. Nice. That was great.
So you continue to persevere, Van.
You got an achievement for something.
We can wait. Now go on.
Let's see. All hollow cores maxed. Oh, we got it. Awesome. Volglyph. Arts damage increases when HP is higher. Cool.
Nice.
And now we can equip whatever hollow cores we want.
Take this. Take this.
We need to be cautious.
Gotcha. The sun. Deploying shards.
I'm debating making Burgard the S-Craft spammer.
Got a whole slew of them.
If you do a good job for it, and then we could use one of the Mayor hollow cores.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Activating skill.
Hey, that one felt pretty good.
You did perfect, Fairy.
Oof.
Bring it on.
Them stat downs.
Chance. Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
Wide open. Like how you are. Chance. Great. Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, Van.
Brace yourself. That one is a brute.
Gotcha. Gotcha. The sun is snares you lose. Chase.
Nice.
Nice.
Got them all at once.
That went great.
You kick butt, Van.
Enemies. Keep your wits about.
Gotcha.
We're not done yet.
Gotcha. The sun.
We're not done yet. Battle's finished. Let's hurry on ahead. An enemy more. Want to clear him out?
I'll take you on. You got a whole slew of them.
Get them all?
Here goes.
Nope. Just short.
Activate the skill.
Because he just completely missed one, I see.
Sucker.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I shall handle this.
Sucker.
Go on, Anya. Gotcha. It's time.
Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, Van.
Prepare yourself for a fight.
Gotcha. You picked the wrong guy to fight. Time for the main.
Nice. Great.
You kick butt, Van.
Hit him. Keep your wits about.
Let's get to work. Gotcha. Take the sun. Deploying shot. Finish the job.
Actually dodged properly for once.
Nice. That went great.
May you continue to persevere, Van.
Alright. That's a ton of money. Hopefully. At least a decent amount of Sepith, I would hope. Not as much as I would like, but we got plenty of Sepith mass. Not bad for a quick trip. We even have the boss enemy here. A fearsome foe's prowling around. Fight.
Displaying stats.
Take them down.
We don't have any of our shield givers. Well, any of our main shield givers.
Shield, protect everyone.
I shall handle this. Activating skill.
Oh, that's fun. I love all stats down. It's my favorite stats effect.
Here goes.
Your turn, Van.
Stay put.
Perfect chance. Yuski ala havasna. Perfect chance.
Double bluff, let's go.
Breathe on to us.
Sewage breath.
I'll take you on. Random light, innocent. They're gone.
Energy output maximum. Activating skill. Boost gauge limit removed.
Good damage.
I shall handle it. Activating skill. Boost gauge limit removed.
Oh, greatness. Good job, Van.
Time to close in.
This'll hurt.
Going all in.
It's over. What? A chance again. Shield, protect everyone.
Chance. Eat this.
It's free. We take those.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
Sucker. A chance.
Now we can double S-craft.
Here goes. Time. Master, I need your help.
Activating skill.
Sucker. A chance.
Gotcha.
My move now.
Oh, he buffed himself. Burgard is way behind to debuff everything. Everyone's stats are fine. We just need another S-craft or two and we're good.
Taking center stage. You'll never get me. There's nothing I can't swipe. Grim Cat coming your way. It's go time.
Initiating skill.
Pretty.
Boost gauge expand.
Almost.
Gotcha.
And that'll do it. Nice and simple.
Moving on up.
And got some level ups out of it.
Oh, I am far from.
We were only level 64 when we beat the level 68 Shizuna clone. And we got
All in a
Rebirth.
day's work.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
A new driver. Master Driver acquired all arts drivers. Nice. Ray ranked up to 4. Alright. What are our rewards? 4 Fortitude droplets, all for Van. EP charge 4 times 2. That is not a very good reward. 600 enemies in field battles. I can easily earn that one. Still gotta work on that. Well, since it's basically the end game, why don't we look it up? What's the best way to earn it? Just pull up a window here. Goes through Daybreak. 4x tactical bonus. Okay. So it says, this guy just did in the final and it works anywhere. Get an advantage encounter with 4 more enemies. Use 3 items. Use an art that the enemy is weak against. Use a craft that does more damage from the side like Van's first craft. Attack the enemies individually 7 times in a row while using SCLM, making sure not to kill any of them. Make sure you get a combo chain of 50 hits, and then use an S-craft to finish off 4 or more enemies at once. Doing that will get you a 4.0 tactical bonus. Well, we can do it, like, right here if we want to.
Whew, that hits the spot.
Alright. So here's how we're going to do things. First step, we need to get Van some craft points. Okay.
Let's keep moving ahead.
Now we're good. So now here's how we're gonna do it. Van, you're gonna get moved to the back row. Everybody else, we are removing your weapons. Oh, I have to just equip like the worst one. Okay. Now, her attack is not weak enough, so we'll swap Fairy. We have to bring... I guess we could have, like, one of them just do literally nothing. You just have to remember. We need to deal as little damage as possible here. Let's see. I'll just go Ornament,
Time
modify,
to update this.
set a plugin. I'll give it to him. You'll set his thing to... Well, hang on, we should be able to unlock this, right? Okay, so now all those slots are opened. But what we want to do is change out Rebirth for Innocence, and stick on Earthbreaker, Hydro Cannon, Firebolt, Spark Edge, Shadow Spear, Saint Arrow, and lastly, Ardent Thorn. Now he has every single type of craft weakness to hit. We should be able to get that one. This will start it off with,
Wanna clear him out?
The star has arrived.
I'll cover you. You got a charge attack ready. Watch out, you're up against the large group.
Alright, big group.
Now's a
So
great
use
time
3
for a
items.
short boost.
1.
Perfect chance! There!
2.
I'll take that.
A chance!
3.
There!
I'll take that.
Shoot it!
Let's see, these are weak to fire and wind, earth and wind, fire and wind. Do we have any of those weaknesses? We do not.
Let's party!
Do you have any... We're gonna have to get a little bit for Criminal Butte, because it gets a side attack bonus. I guess I'll try killing this thing.
You're up, Aaron. Now's a great time for a short boost.
I'll crush them all at once!
Keep it up! It's working! Time to go all out!
Zypha, activate!
Time to go all out! We'll get them all at once!
Wait, what happened? Did I accidentally end the move when I shouldn't have?
Let's party!
Activating skill! You're open! Mary!
Alright, so this gives a side attack bonus.
This'll hurt!
I'm just gonna...
Keep it up! It's working!
Activating skill.
Now or never.
Okay. Let's see, so we just have to use the SCLM stuff now.
You're up, Aaron.
1, 2, that's triple.
This on, yes?
Perfect chance!
Oh.
Let's party!
This'll hurt! It's over!
Oh, okay.
Initiating skill.
Gotcha!
A chance!
Have more.
Aaron!
Now's a great time for a short boost.
There we go! You won't get away with this!
Wonder if there's anything for shark.
Maximum. Activating skill.
Gotcha!
Now or never.
Initiating skill.
Have more.
You'll be sorry for that.
Engaging skill.
Down.
Extra. Perfect chance.
Activating skill. Too slow.
Can't beat me.
How does one even get the combo chain of 50 hits?
How about the floor with him?
Time to go all out.
How did that not hit
Don't screw with me.
two of them?
Time to go all out.
Engaging skill.
Perfect chance.
Boost level maximum. Activating skill.
Here's Guardian Blade. Slice him up.
Go time. I'll crush them all at once.
Engaging skill.
Blink and you'll miss it.
How much does this get?
Sword for me.
19.
Boost gauge upgraded. Now or never.
Does everybody just need to have impede and you just have to keep smacking a single guy? Is that how you're supposed to get that one?
Let's party.
I don't know what tactical bonus we're at, but
I'll take over.
I'm running out of things to do.
Good luck.
That all you got? My move now. Like hell, you. That all you got?
Do your worst.
Activating skill. Gotcha.
A chance. There. You're open.
My move now.
Show me what you
The
got.
S boost meter is so painful. So close, but we can't get it.
That all you got?
Don't screw with me.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
You're open. Perfect chance.
Too slow. Take that. You
Okay, we got it.
Got a whole slew of them. Got a whole slew of them. Brace it.
And that is a bonus of
Nice. That went
4.3.
great.
You
Nice.
can butt, man.
Carbuncle absorbs magic attacks with a 20% chance. Pentuple. Jeez. We could try to earn that eventually. But I think we're gonna have to wait for like the final dungeon for that one. When we can fight some enemies that are hard to kill.
On my way.
Off we go.
Right.
Before I forget, let's give everybody their best weapons back.
What'll you have today?
Is there anything else we need to buy?
Thanks
Nope.
for coming.
I'm in the middle of workshopping process for my new seasonal latte. Want to have it ready for the Revolution Festival. You guys planning anything in particular for the festival at the department store? Oh, absolutely. We'll be featuring a variety of both street performers and musicians on our rooftop lounge. Or that was the plan. We actually only came up with it recently, so we haven't really planned in much detail. It's a little embarrassing. It's just something I'll have to shelve until the start of the new year. An event venue sounds fantastic, especially with how popular street performances have been lately. You could also get something for the little kids too. You know, a play area of some sort. A play area or some sort of ride, I think. Families would love it. I see. That may just be what I've been missing. A worthy rival will always keep you on your toes. Well done, Ilhan. What you talking about? Never mind, don't worry about it. It's a one-sided rivalry. Ilhan might be a creative genius, but he's a little slow everywhere else. I shouldn't worry about him so much. We can't focus all our energy on the Orbital Cafe when there's also the Treon Mall. The mall in particular is our biggest threat. It might be worth asking Ilhan for advice on the matter. Administrator Wesley has been working hard to come up with new ideas, too. As if you could ever beat me. Iota's doing so well, it might even be time to start branching out to other stuff.
Do you have any preferences? Thanks for coming in.
We have, like, multiple things going on in terms of things we have to do for the story, so I guess we might as well just do this right now. Let's talk to the remaining people first, the last two people in this area. With everyone's still shaken up over everything, I'm glad the Revolution Festival is still taking place. Especially with some Horacian big shots like Claire and Dalty involved in all this. Nothing to do about it, I guess. Things should calm down after the festival, at least. He's got a lot on his hands trying to quell the chaos that Dalty and Edmund's arrest have caused. As such, he'll be spending the entirety of the Revolution Festival in Horacian. That's why Mistress Olivia is here. She's here to act as his representative in the capital while the Master is busy. Or she's supposed to, anyhow. Middle-aged man. You really did come. Not that it interests Dingo at all. Name's Van Arkwright. Think you're Meld's editor-in-chief? Yep, that's me. Me and Dingo go way back about 7 years. Hang on a second. Getting my focus off that window. Right. He told me a lot about you. Sounds like you were real busy over in Horacian, too. No clue what you're on about. I thought there would be no reports about us being involved with them. There won't. The authorities are keeping it a secret. It's probably just saying that to get under our skin. Well, whatever. Not getting an article, so I'm not interested. I called you here for one of those 4 SPGs of yours. Nothing more, nothing less. The gist of it is, I want you to help me look for Dingo's notebook. Oh? What's this about? You suspect he had a notebook containing information he gathered as a reporter, or more like as an information dealer. Both, actually. First I heard about it a few weeks ago, just before he headed off to Craig. I could tell he was chasing a dangerous scoop of some kind, so I jokingly asked if he had a will ready yet. Oh, and look at us now. It didn't really occur to me, not even for a second, that this would happen to him just 4 days later. He laughed at it at the time and said one thing to me. The closest thing I have to a will is my notebook. I've left it with a trusted source, so if anything happens to me, send out a 4SPG about it. Wait a second. This is a third memento of his on top of the video and camera. We don't have that notebook ourselves, though. Sorry if that's what you were hoping for. Oh, I never thought you did. But I suspect you're the only one who can track it down. Dingo seemed to trust you more than anyone, so I suspect that's the way he wanted it to play out, too. The authorities have gotten everything that happened in Cray down on lock, and Almada are dead and gone. Well, I can't imagine it have anything worth writing an article about it to begin with, which means it's not worth my while hunting down. But I can't just go and ignore his words about it. So here we are. I'll put up the money for you to find this thing, my last gift to him. Well, so what's it gonna be, Spriggan? You gonna find Dingo's notebook or not? Well, yeah. Seems like it's a required quest, so maybe we'll consider it after we talk to everybody else. We'll take the job. Got anything else you want to share? Maybe he said something more about this trusted source of his, for example. Yeah, I remember him telling that was nowhere near enough info to find the thing myself. Only in the game he said it was with people who know about as much about my past as you do. Way to pique my interest. I wonder what Dingo's past was like. I've only heard bits of it myself. How much do you know? Even less than you do, I suspect. I know he used to live in Messeldom before ending up in the capital 7 years ago. That's about it. Wait, didn't Dantes act like he knew him?
It's been some time since we last met Dingo Brad. Though we did cross paths in Tharbad, albeit briefly. If we exclude that little encounter, I haven't seen you since your days as a mere informant in Messeldorf.
Yeah, and you were still Enrique's second in command back then.
You did touch on it during the Cray video. Alright, we'll see what we can dig up with that info then. Good luck. Anyway, my break's over. Gotta head back to work on finding scoops for the festival. I'll give you my number, just give me a call if you do find it. I'll wire you the money if you do. It could be my way of honoring Dingo's death. Got it. We'll take it from here. So what's the plan here? We don't exactly have a load of info to go off of. Only clue we have is that someone that knows as much about Dingo as that guy does. That rules out Jack and Bermati, Ben obviously. Oh, and Ren too. Ariel. Yeah, the information dealer's probably out of the question here. And so is anyone with as many connections as Ren has. And people like Nina and I know even less than that editor-in-chief does. Dingo is a very private person, and it went both ways. Honestly, it surprised me to see a gossip magazine reporter being so considerate. That's just how Dingo was. Jack Bermati and I try not to pry into his past either, mind you. But something must have happened between Dingo and Dante's while he was still in Messeldorf. He left the city after whatever that was, ending up in the capital and becoming a reporter right after. Don't know any details, but I imagine we'll get out of this knowing a whole lot more than we came in with. We're gonna be unearthing what he tried to bury this whole time, all the burdens he carried by himself. Man, you don't look like you're about to back down though. No way. Got the job and I'm nothing if I can't see this kind of shit through. But anyway, I can think of at least one person who'd fit the bill for this job. That won't be a pain in the ass to meet up with. Oh? It's not an information dealer, mind you, but she was close to Dingo. I can't be the only one who immediately thought of her. Oh, I suspect I see who you mean now. Are you going to meet her then? Yeah, let's head on over to the Tyrell Times. Don't think a meeting with her will be all that hard to get, as long as she's not out of the office. Right. Damn it, that bastard up and left us with the bill. Gotta be pretty sly if you're gonna be running the biggest gossip rag in the country. Well, it's the least you could do for him since he brought this to our attention. Out of the monthly funds that we get. Well, I guess it would be Tyrell Times, so we'll do that one last. To the Satan District.
Heading to the objective.
So we've got plenty of people to talk to. 2 more districts to work through. That's a lot of red.
That's fair.
Since the state of emergency lifts and the festival begins, the marketplace should get a nice shot in the arm. I imagine plenty of industries will try to time their expansion with it, and that brings a need for eagle-eyed consultants like us. And speaking of, the festival is an excellent opportunity to conduct some market research.
Alrighty.
It's nice that this uptick in my work will keep me busy. Man, I really need to find a better way of letting off steam. No more dull websites for me. I need to go cold turkey. There must be something else that might help me unwind. Drugs. Just find some mint tobacco tablets from a random shady drug dealer. With a goatee. I've heard we're about done rounding up the Armada stragglers around the capital. There's one right. This always prevails. It's just a shame we couldn't do anything about it earlier, all those we lost. But it really warms my heart to see the citizens banding together and keeping things under control throughout the state of emergency. Just goes to show that when the police, the braces, and the public put their minds together, there's nothing they can't do. We're not out of the woods yet, though. We've got the festival coming up, and there's always a doozy, and that's always a doozy for us cops. After everything we've been through, we all need a break like this. I want everyone to enjoy it to the fullest.
That policeman looks so cool.
I always knew Senior Officer Colorado was keeping records on stuff beyond even his usual investigative work. But I never thought his side notes would end up exposing Armada collaborators. I guess it goes to show how important it is to talk with everyday people. even as a receptionist, I hope someday I get the chance to go above and beyond the Call of Duty like that. I need to do more than just connect with the public. I need to put their information to good use. We're making quick work of those Omada stragglers. As for me, I'm collecting intel from reports about shady businesses in town. Some of those leads are actually paying off. Helped us pin down some Omada funding sources needed, plus some of their shell companies. All the more reason why doing work on the ground is so important. Everyday people have plenty to share. The inspector says that you guys helped out some too. That said, you can't expect us to just keep our mouths shut when you see you skirting the law. But, well, results are results. I guess I can cut you some slack. But you best stay on the right side of the law, Spriggan. You don't want the police coming after you too. I need to double check something. Yep. They forgot to remove the space when they added the line break. The second line has an extra space in there. For shame. Brienne Tower, your time has come. You will be mine this day. I had to spend a time inside, of course, but I hardly gave in. What? Did you think I would? You wound me. This time I will unveil that je ne sais quoi, that mystic aura of yours, and display it for all to see.
Welcome to Erland, sir.
It's just been busy day after busy day, well, with EGC prep and all. But today I get to slip out from work early. Tonight, Jess has a big concert to celebrate his new record. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm so excited. Gotta make sure I'm all ready. The tragedy has come and gone, but the lives we lost, they're never coming back. We can't forget them, not ever. We have to keep them in our hearts. I've been to that village and I'll never forget the harmony it had. I want to work that harmony into my clothing designs. It's the least I can do in their memory.
We have full confidence in our products.
You got new items. Burgard, gold hair. That is a big bump to defense. I will just slap that on him. Scarlet robe. Gives a lot of arts evasion. Give it to Agnes. Silver boots. Provides extra speed. It's actually worse than the boots that Catra's currently wearing. Okay. And then I can't afford the golden pumps. Unless... Alright, who's getting it? Guess I'll give it to Fairy. You'll make good use of having a lot of speed.
We await your next visit.
Making sure everybody has Flaming Prayer on.
Well...
I'm glad everyone's back to normal. Gotta keep the team spirits up. I need to pitch in too. They've helped me more times than I could count, so I gotta return the favor. Right. I better help out too. Whatever it takes to get everybody back on their feet. That really the best you got? Barely broke a sweat. You'll have to train hard if you want to beat me. And there he goes back on his high horse. Frick. Whatever, he was probably just so freaked out last time, threw off his game. But the last time I was not freaked out, and I was not off my game, got it? Maybe instead of running your mouth, you can run it back. Or do you know you'll lose again? I hear the festival's going forward as scheduled. It's nice and all, but man, some of these guys are just not shut up about it. Do they really have to drag me to it with them? Well, I guess it's all in good fun. Least I could do is lend him an ear. Sure, our team has some oddballs and some straight laces, but we mesh together pretty well regardless. End of the day, we're all neighbors, and a good neighbor has your back. When that emergency declaration went down, everybody kept in touch and worked to keep their streets clear. Guess that's a benefit of throwing together a bunch of misfits like us. Boys are all looking forward to the festival. Glad they were able to pull it off without a hitch. Really, the only thing we got in common is that we all have too much energy. It was nice to cut loose and let it all out like this.
Bring you the weather. Gonna eat something?
We have to stop Cray Village from happening again. We're never getting all those people back. We can't let that tragedy repeat. I might already have a new buckwheat supplier, but it's just not the same. I won't forget them. Never. For now, I just gotta do what I can.
Right.
Hey, welcome.
Soul Chef. Beamed hams.
Thanks, pal.
Kunlun Jiaolongba? Oh, he's on this side of the street now. You know, that looting guy isn't so bad after all. He's got a lot more heart than I give him credit for. I feel kind of bad for just taking those Budraiser rumors at face value. I judge him unfairly. And he can always patch up his reputation out on the track. He's still the Comet after all. With his Z1 fin and a gearhead, I can't wait for him to get back behind the wheel. That is a lot of people.
That's true.
Maxim, could you tell us about your plans for next year? Well, what I need is time. These new cars, these new regs, they're going to take some getting used to. I want to spend as much time testing as possible so I know I'm bringing out the car's full performance. And then, not gonna lie, still kind of bitter about the Aura GP. I want to smash the competition next year to make up for last time. Thank you. And do you have any insight on Etwas Racing's internal issues? Or any comment on your own scandal as of late? Could you tell us your side of the story? Oh yeah, that. No, that was just a misunderstanding. I think I put out a statement the other day on that. He and I, we're just friends. I know a lot of people believe those rumors, and I want to apologize to everybody who got misled. The only lady for me is my car, now and forever. Well, that was hokey as hell. Good that he's at least trying to clear it up, though. I just hope people don't read too deep into how hard he stammered there. He didn't read his lines all that well. He's holding himself accountable, at least. Best he can do right now. Let's keep an eye out for him. At any rate, I apologize again for my behavior. I just want to put that all behind me. Festival's always a good time, and then next year I want to leave it all out on the track. Always a good time, you say. And what do you get up to when the festival comes around? What's with the tone there? It's nothing bad. Chin up, champ. Chin up.
Alrighty.
There's supposed to be parentheses around that, probably. Father said he won't be able to make it to the festival this year. Again. I know it's not his fault, but still. He hasn't completely forgotten me, at least. That's a good note to end the year on. I should just suck it up and tell him how I really feel. On the surface, the situation has calmed down. The city is awash with festival cheer. But the order of events in Aracion remains a mystery, and the government and economy are rife with turmoil. The president has his hands full trying to navigate it all. He told us that he won't be home for the festival as a result. The young miss feels as though she only ever sees him through a screen these days. We've had quite a number of emergency meetings at the hotel recently. Though the boardroom is not my place, I would be honored to assist the president with whatever official matters he might need.
Do you need something? Please come again.
There's that whole thing with the Quincy Company and Aracion, so a lot of suits and bigwigs are under investigation right now. I heard even Hotel Leclerc got dragged into it, since that was where a lot of them were staying. We dealt with a few Aracion VIPs here ourselves, come to think of it. And you know, I do think they had some shady business going on between you and me. Maybe that scrutiny is warranted. Like the situation's all under control. hotel itself isn't in any trouble, thankfully. Roselia seems to have calmed down. You should be able to enjoy the festival herself now. I do hope she's looking forward to it. She could use the wind in her sails. I've been a few times myself, albeit usually on the job. One of these years, I'd like to go just for pleasure instead of business. Roselia's her. I was trying to remember if it was her or if it was somebody else. I just can't keep up with Polanski and their types. He was there to cool my head when I lost it back there. Where'd I be without his advice? It's kind of bearing down on me. Like I can't manage it on my own. I need to learn from him. Learn to look at the bigger picture before I go making big decisions. Phew. I in the political world can finally breathe easy. Our party does still house some undesirables. White supremacists, namely. They're a nasty bunch. One of the party's main priorities is keeping those old boys in check. And as luck would have it, curtailing them helps keep Almada at bay too. I can hardly fathom the lives lost. We're doing what we can, but it all feels so small. We haven't been able to reclaim the bodies. Horrible, all of it. Horrible. As representatives of this great nation, our party must right these wrongs and bring these terrorists to justice. Alright, now, the big party going on over here. Nice little party you guys got here. Don't mind if I do. Well, if it isn't Aaron and the Arkwright crew. Good to see you kept well. Huh, never thought I'd see a Bracer, a Hayway Elder, Marduk Security Chief, and the CID head all banded together like this. Can't deny it makes me a bit on edge, though. Fights from both sides of the law tend not to mix well. I assure you it's much less charged than you make it out to be. We're just exchanging information and confirming agreements. Please, pay us no mind. Seem passive. No, I haven't seen you since Erasion. You were actually just talking about how to go about cleaning up that mess. Taking care of the Almada remnants, you mean? Yeah, we smoked out pretty much all the hideouts they had left. We're taking our own measures, of course, mostly concerning Almada's trade and supply routes. The more problematic trade routes have been taken care of. Anyway, we'll see to the rest. But that's just what you were hoping for. We did also uncover some artifacts they've been using. The church is handling those. Yes, Citizen Leon took care of that. Well, good to hear that's taken care of. Cool. Nice enough to have that looming over the festival. In truth, that's why I'm here. The festival has the full support of the Kowloon group this year. That, of course, does lead to some overlap between us and Marduk. I'm here to make sure we don't step on each other's toes, so to speak. And I can't tell you much, I'm afraid. Only the general approach HQ is taking. You'll have to wait 3 days for more in-depth negotiations. Mr. Thorndyke will be holding a meeting to go over our itinerary. Well, then you're right. Now probably isn't the best time. Can't go jumping the gun. We're discussing all sorts of things from the looks of it. Yeah, nothing to do with us, though. On the contrary, I do have some information you might find useful. We're still tracking down some Almada holdouts that have taken to the underground, along with some of the hate groups they use for their ends. Leftovers, huh? Melchior's still on the run, too. Can't count them out just yet. He pulls those thugs back up, and we'll have Almada 2 on our hands. Indeed, he's quite the wild card. We haven't seen any movements from him as of late. But then, that means he hasn't been contacting said remnants either. Gil's working on exposing Almada's business ties. We want to pull it all out by the roots. Elaine and some S-Rings from HQ are in charge of that. Gotcha. How's she doing out of curiosity? Sorry, can't say for sure. You should be back tomorrow, though. I'm sure she'd appreciate a nice warm welcome when she gets home. What out, bucko? Alright, let's get all their, talks in. We'll be entrusting Almada's artifacts to the church, and the leftovers will fall under Hayway's jurisdiction. The CID and the guild should make quick work of what stragglers remain. Melchior is still a concern, being one of their most prominent leaders, but we haven't noticed any moves from him as of late. Not that we should write them off just yet. We'll need to stay vigilant.
Right.
Here we go. Guild's helping out where it can, but we still don't have things under control quite yet. Elaine should be coming back tomorrow. Make sure you give her a warm welcome, will you? I'm sure you're aware, but taking that group out of the equation is shaking things up here in Edith. Time for you to make good on your name, Spriggan. Yeah, I was figuring that anyway.
Well,
Incidentally, the clamor in Longport has subsided for the time being. I heard your comrades may have been mixed up in all the chaos there. I must say, those young men do inspire confidence in me. Future's in good hands with their types at the helm. And in the boys, huh? Good to hear they're doing alright. Might as well kick back with them if they're coming down for the festival. If you have the chance. I'm impressed you tracked down this little meeting of ours, Mr. Arkwright. As I'd heard, you have a clean eye and a sharper nose. At any rate, Ashin should be here for the festival. It'll be nice if you could show her a good time. Yeah, it's been 2 months already. I can't wait to see her again. Yeah, I don't mind, as long as she keeps her opinions to herself. Then the pot to the kettle. I believe that's everybody here. Alright, one more district. And then there was actually one thing I wanted to do before
taking off now.
Before we continue on with the story and do that whole quest. For Dingo's notebook.
Don't think I've seen you before.
I guess I'll check out your week.
Go there. Got a new flavor in stock if you want to check it out. Twice the cost, but twice the concentration for twice the high. And no more addictive than the weaker stuff. Want to give it a shot? Can't say I do. Sorry, I'll pass. Oh, that's a shame. I worked hard on it for the festival, you know. Made sure it's worth the price. But no worries, if you don't want it, you don't want it. Oh, and I still got all my usual stock in case you're craving something else. It's kind of weird. It's still dark and gloomy down here, but it feels like everybody's really excited. I guess even the Blacklight District gets swept up in the festival cheer. I wish you'd try my new stuff. I poured a ton of work into it for the Revolution Festival. I just know it's worth your while. But hey, you do you. I still got all my usual stock, so whatever you're in the market for, I've got you.
What will it be? I'll be seeing you.
Can't go back up to the surface anymore. I got debt collectors on my tail. I'm just stuck down here now. Just trying to make ends meet, landing whatever clients I can. It's not the worst I could be doing, but... Is this really how the rest of my life goes? I'm not exactly getting any younger here. Not that there's any worrying now. It's not like I could just snap my fingers and change the way I live this late in the game. Sigh. I got to sell off that lovely vase today. Business is just booming these days. I'm on cloud 9. Now, you don't look very sunny, Sonny. What's got you down? We drove out those Armada goons for good, yeah? What better reason to go out and party? What you got?
I've got some fine wares for sale.
So they're all selling the droplets.
Ha! Best go. I've got some fine
We
wares
need
for
to
sale.
sell something for that.
Ha! Best come again soon.
Alright, Catcher. Here you go.
Thanks.
Mercy, I'm relieved this Almada messaged yesterday's news. I read all about it. He said he took down that Ron old Dante's. Thanks to you, Blacklight's nice and peaceful again. I can get back to selling my shooty stabbies for the festival and other things. Other things? If you're trying to joke, it's not very funny. Oh dear. I'm sorry, didn't mean to offend. I may be jocular, but I'm no joker. You see, Jaeger types tend to wash up here around festival time when they don't have any other work. That's good news for me. Huh, I never thought about that before. I guess that makes sense. Oh, that sounds amazing. I kinda want to see it for myself now. Might want to think twice before you go rolling around with them. This place gets real rowdy once the festival rolls around. I can just tell this year's festival is going to be a real boon. I'll have to stock up in advance so that I have everything for everyone. Landmines, RPGs, chainsaws, some machines, ooh, and jamming devices too. Those have been real hot commodities lately. It's hard getting my orders through to the manufacturers, but I simply must strike while the iron's hot.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
You selling the new gear here too? Ooh. Assassin's garb and dark greaves. Instead of new equipment.
We await your next.
Didn't I give Atra my best vest? Who has the chrono armor? No, I give it to her.
Visit.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Assassin's garb. I need to sell something else for those greaves. Black footwear made from the purest materials. Lower speed so no one's gonna equip it.
We await your next visit. Welcome.
Now we
Thank
own
you
it.
for coming. We await
That's
your
the
next
important part.
visit.
Hey, what's a revolution festival? Mommy and the others keep talking about it. Is it like a celery celebration? One of those. I went to one with Mommy at the Coliseum. Is it something like that? Mommy asked if I want to go, but I don't know if I wanna, cause like I don't know what a revolution festival is. But I bet it's great. I get to be with Mommy, and being with Mommy makes me super duper ultra extra happy. Super special awesome happy. I'm not really doing anything for the festival. I mean, I'm not Clovardian, and even if I were, this isn't exactly the most festive block in town. But everybody else is going on about it, of course, so I figure I'll let Yada walk around if he wants to. I do want to show him what the surface is like, the real world, so to speak. He's still got a shot at staying on the straight and narrow. Only problem is the bar. It's not going to run itself while I'm gone.
Don't take too long to just come back soon.
Nothing new. Oh, Jacobin showed up here. What a farce. I had my funding cut off. It's bad enough. Now people are accusing me of working for Armada. Can you believe that? I couldn't care less what happens to those goons. The last thing I need is the authorities going after me. What's got your panties in a bunch, old man? Hey, barkeep, get the stuff and pour some drinks. Man's still too sober, and that won't do. You stay out of this, you backward cretins. You people epitomize everything I detest. You and this wretched district are the scum of the earth. And I'll pull this whole blood-sucking weed from the ground up if I have to. That is my duty to this fine country. Oh, I remember this racist prick. Still up his own ass from the sounds of it. I think I'll just leave him be for now. Won't be causing any trouble looking as scrawny as that. Everybody here will just laugh at him.
So...
By calling themselves a Patriot League, those spineless fools are all too quick to sound as actual patriots. We're a dying breed, I tell you. The more they reject us, the more they kill the idea of patriotism itself. Surely there must be someone who sympathizes with us. Someone who truly cares, but where? Where are they hiding? Man needs to just let go and become a vegetable. Luckily, District is back to normal after what happened, but sigh, it's so boring now. There's been nothing to excite me. It gets lonely living underground for so long. Haven't I put up with this enough? Don't you think I deserve to enjoy my life again? Don't you? Hey, don't look at us. We ain't on the run. Reap what you sow, lady. Might not hurt to introduce her to our latest addition at the office. Give her someone new to talk to for once. Have to be careful though.
Alrighty.
So, what? Introduce Lindsay
What do you have
to
today?
Fairguard because she would literally not be able to kill him? We have to sell more stuff. I have no idea how old some of this stuff is. It's not showing the stuff that's already equipped, so basically we just make sure you only have one of everything. Alright, we got plenty of money. Full chef penne pasta. And red gold anklet for Barry. Buy that too, because why not?
Thanks for coming. I'll take good care of it.
And we'll learn another new recipe. Mamma mia penne.
So...
Alright, let's look at the arena first after we talk to her, of course. Heard what you guys have been up to lately. Sounds like you made quite the splash over at the old capital. I also heard some stuff about Almada's leadership. Sounds like they had quite the intriguing lineup, to say the least. Do they really have a 130-year-old ageless wonder on their team? What a medical marvel. I'd have loved to get a good look at him. At that age, I bet his body was indestructible, and therefore the perfect guinea pig. I bet I could have opened him up any which way I wanted. You sound like you miss him. Word of advice. Don't. He ain't worth it. What a freak saying all that with a straight face.
They're all specially made. Always be careful when and how much you use.
Huh? Everybody's scared shitless here. What's going on? Look over there. They've all fainted. What could have happened? Oh, I think I might know. Got a hunch these fools tried barking up the wrong tree and they paid the price. Hard. Oh, shit. How would explain it? Well, I'd say they had it coming then. Oh. Yeah, that's a party. Ben, my friend, how wonderful to see you, and the rest of you as well. Good to see you, Your Highness. You sure roughed these poor bastards up good, huh? I had no hand in this, none whatsoever. You see, they attempted to make moves on these ladies here, and they just wouldn't take no for an answer. They got physical, and, well... These women they're truly a force to be reckoned with. Even yours truly quivers before them. Hey, don't you think that's a little mean, Prince? I was simply performing my duties, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, that doesn't explain why you were all hanging out. You guys make for one weird posse, how do you slice it? A mutual acquaintance of ours was kind enough to put me in touch with His Highness, so I came down here to meet with them, but then, as fate would have it, she happened to run into us here as well. I'm on a break for once after wrapping up a job. Came into town to unwind until the festival, taking some of the local sights. Anyway, I wandered down here looking for a little excitement, I guess you could say. And I got everything I bargained for and more. This is too good to be some kind of coincidence. Guessing must have brought us together. What do you say, Yin, Miss Bonnigar? Want to go for a round? I think I'm good. Well, that sounds like a delightful proposal. Don't worry about me, Najee. I encourage, nay, I implore you to take her up on it. Sigh. As you say sometimes, Your Highness. I suppose I should just be grateful you're not thinking to throw down with her yourself. Oh, I didn't mean to leave you all out. Man, you guys are more than welcome to... Yeah, no, you've got this thing called work. Strange, I know. Now if I'm getting caught in the crossfire between those two, I need to kind of threesome them in too. Oh, you're no fun. Oh well, as always, next time. Just don't burn the whole district down, alright? Yeah, we don't need another double fight fake out with Shizuna. Enough about me, though. You guys look like you got your hands full of things as usual, which I totally get. Can't take it easy just yet. Well, with the festival just around the corner and the fallout from everything with you-know-who. But don't you guys get the feeling there has to be more going on? I don't know what, but it's like there's something else brewing in the air. You sure you're not just being paranoid? Keep talking like that and you're gonna jinx us, girl. Never a dull moment with you, is there, Van Arkwright? What is it people like to say about you? They have a nose for things. It reminds me a lot of the Unclouded Eye. Well, whatever comes our way, both in the festival and beyond, I'm gonna take it all in stride and have a blast doing it.
Okay.
I know you guys can't help being busy right now, but you should consider taking some time off too. I think you'll be glad you did. If you ever want more company, I'm always happy to tag along. I still don't get how you ended up here of all places. I did hear you were back home. I did hear you were back trying to tie up some loose ends, but that's about it. My travels actually took me to President Rocksmith, as fate would have it. After what happened the other day, I wanted to assess the situation for myself. Fair enough. Thanks again for everything you did in Aracion, by the way. I really appreciate it. But she said, I know you did a lot behind the scenes after we all duked it out back there. It was amazing how you and Heyo were able to keep Almada in check like that. That couldn't have been easy. Oh, no need to thank me. I just did what I could to help. I may have moved to Crossbell, but Calvert is still my homeland. I won't let them defile it. So I'm happy I was able to help however I could. Got it. That makes more sense now. I understand that you're on leave from your troop. You intend to return soon? I do, yes. I'm booked for a handful of events coming up. Once the Revolution Festival is over, I'll be making my way back to Crossbell. I also wanted to attend the memorial service for the victims at Cray. I want to see for myself how the country responds. That's fair. Thank you for sharing all that with us. Sounds like you're gonna have your hands full once you're back in Crossbell. Hope you're able to take it easy in the meantime. Be a little lazy like our local celebrity. Well, excuse you? Have I been acting lazy to you, huh? That's the plan. Just taking it nice and slow while I can. I'll be heading back to Crossbell once the Revolution Festival is over. I have work waiting for me there. Until then, I'm relaxing here in Calvert. If anything comes up, don't hesitate to get in touch. I really object to staying in this vulgar den. We have no further business down here. I say we leave post-haste. But His Highness is wont to do. He'll be staying down here as long as he pleases. Sigh. Before I forget, I want to mention that you might see a familiar airship above the skies at Edith in time for the festival. The Principality plans to make a big splash with it, all part of our efforts to strengthen our ties with Calvert. You should receive more information on the details ere long. Oh, that airship? One you were kind enough to lend me in Aracion? It's amazing. Man, subtlety ain't in your vocabulary, is it? Still, thanks for letting us know. We'll keep an eye out for that follow-up. I knew my time wouldn't be wasted exploring this district, but I wasn't expecting to find all this down here. Very curious indeed. Now she may grumble about being here, but deep down I can tell she's intrigued herself. You should join us and watch. You'd love your company, my friend. Still find the archaism. You know, they hold lots more than just tournaments at the Coliseum. They have all kinds of shows there, too. Oh man, if you can catch one of those monster slaying exhibitions, those are just exhilarating. Highly recommend them. But they're not doing anything like that today. Plenty to do here, though. Let me fetch you a drink. It'll cheer you right up.
All my stuff is to See you later, handsome.
Go this way. There's a few people over here to talk to. You won't hear me complaining about Almada getting the boot, but we've got tons and tons of festival goers trundling around in their place now. Really isn't the best for business when rowdy types come along. Hopefully they mind their business. But there are so many deterrents in play now, maybe I won't have anything to worry about. Who can say?
Ooh, you look dangerous. I'd better see you again.
I'm the one who roped the guy in. He's the head of some big company, but he just can't get enough of this place. Every week he slips through the cracks of his upper crust life just to see me. Ooh, gives me the chills. Our aphrodisiacs are selling like hotcakes too. It's a good time to be in Sumeria's oldest business, let me tell you. So who's this guy? Well-dressed man. I assume that one girl's around, yes? You know the one. Once I found the time, I came running. I want an hour with no, 2 hours, and if you could put me at the front of the line, I would really appreciate it. Yes, we can, Mr. President. He's been waiting for you with bated breath. Can I also interest you in a bottle of our aphrodisiac? You won't have a hard time having a hard time if you catch my drift. Go. Yes, you're right. That would be nice. I'll take 2. Hell of a conversation. Oh gosh, help me. I'm starting to drool. I'm just too excited to see her. That's why I can't stop visiting this place. It gives me everything I need and more. What are these guys doing? They're just Slav squatting? Al and Jack are here. Well, we did their side quest thing, so of course they're here. Ah, criminy. That racist coot's going on one of his rants again. Does he ever shut up? I guess I might have a word with that man later. I really can appreciate a useful idiot if you catch my drift. I can tell just by looking at him, poke him in the right place, and he falls like a house of cards. Then I could sucker him just like that. Hey there, come on and have some fun. Okay, she has the same dialogue as before. He's like the only NPC that has never changed her dialogue once. He's a robot. Every festival, the Coliseum down here holds a tournament called the Apex Showdown. It's a hell of a hoot. They kick it off with this monster bloodbath, all kinds of different creatures going at each other. Pretty thrilling stuff, and it makes for as good an excuse to gamble as any. You should check it out if you're into that kind of thing.
Come again.
Oh yeah, the Apex Showdown's only 3 days away. That's what they crowned this year's champion. I'm getting pumped up, man. Shit like that's what I call living. This is all I live for now. Real, raw-ass fights. With all the pain and thrills you could ever ask for. Bring it on. Hey, Jack. Water. Need water. I told you to take it easy on the hard stuff while we're here. We're not on our home turf. You can't expect them to make the same stuff here. Except the same here. Oh hey, didn't realize you two were in Edith. Looks like you're having a real fun time. Hey there, good to see you. We've been working like dogs on the broker stuff. Oh, we could use a break, and now here we are, just having the time of our lives. So, what dragged you two all the way here? Go on their tail, I take it? Yep, we're trying to figure out how the underworld's changing now that they're gone. You can really only do that on the ground. It's pretty calm so far, surprisingly. More than I expected. Maybe it's because the CID was so on top of the stragglers. Probably. Now those smug pricks aren't running around, the underground's settling back down. Those drugs, though, those will be sticking around for a while. We'll have to get those off the streets. That does make sense. That's unfortunate. Actually, this chat just reminded me of something. I heard whispers about some two-bit gangsters on the run from feds now after he did some work for those guys. Word is he's camping out somewhere in the Tyrol district. There's nothing else to go on, but I figure you might want to know. The Tyrol district, huh? Oh, that's a good tip. Appreciate it. Well, have fun, you two. Just try to stay on your feet, Jack, alright? I saw a ton of booze brands I'd never seen at Long Porter Bramati's joint, so I decided to give him a whirl, and it was not a good idea. Gosh, I'm gonna be sick. You guys working right now? Nice. Keep it up. Just don't work too hard, alright? No shame in taking a break every now and then. I'm feeling that. Got lots of colorful folks down here already. It's not even festival time yet. Hardly any point in trying to babysit Jack here. It'll turn out like it always does. Maybe I'll just take a walk and see what's around here. That covers everything here. Now there's apparently multiple things in the Tyrol district we need to worry about. Ooh. We got that tip and we can't even use it. It'll likely come in handy later.
Well, I heard.
Hey, Mariel. Oh, hey guys, good to see you again. He's running with the paper. Not this time. We came here to talk to you, Mariel. I'll give it to you straight. We're working on a 4SPG involving Dingo and need your help. What? You are? What sort of request is it? Please tell me. To put it simply... Fade black. We talked to Meld's editor-in-chief, Mr. Cunning. Dingo told me about him before, but I never had the chance to meet him in person. He said he wants you to find Dingo's notebook? That's right. Remember Dingo ever talking to you about that thing by any chance? Doesn't have to be anything direct or explicit. Anything you happen to remember him saying will help. Actually, we didn't just talk about it before. I've seen that notebook with my own eyes. Say what? How did that happen? As I'm sure you all noticed, when he was alive, I tended to barge in on him while he was trying to work and stuff. One day while we were having lunch, I was asking for advice on how to interview people, and he was writing stuff in this black leather notebook. I asked him what it was since I was curious. He told me it was where he jots his info down, both for his reporting work and info broker stuff. That definitely sounds like what we're after. At least now we know it's real. I got a little whiny and tried to get him to show me his notes, but of course he refused. I got huffy about it. He kinda laughed and patted me on the head. I don't remember exactly what he said. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although if I play my cards right, you should never have to. Oh wow. I must have already been preparing for what might happen to him in that case. If that's the way he was talking. Then we could probably rule out him taking the notebook with him to Cray. The CID also apparently saw through his place and couldn't find any material of note that he left there either. He had to have given it to someone else to hang on to or stash it somewhere for safekeeping. Which brings me to my next question. Can you think of anyone who would have left that notebook with, or anyone who might know where it would be? Again, it's okay if you don't know anything definitive. The leads you might have would be great. And just to be clear, I don't mean other brokers like Bermati, I'm talking about other sorts of acquaintances he had. Right, of course. Let me think. Based on what Mr. Cunning told you? Wait, could he have... You think of something? Maybe. I could be completely wrong, but I can't rule it out either. Basically, when Dingo was alive, he would sometimes cover the adult industry for Meld magazine. He did. That's interesting. I guess that comes with being a tabloid reporter. What's the adult industry? Doesn't every industry have adults in it? His code for grown-up stuff. Certainly more grown-up than his wannabe protege here, that's for sure. Anyway, one time I confronted him about it. Do you really have to cover such sexual stuff in your articles? If Rio's demanded, it's our job as reporters to give them what they want, plain and simple. Plus, it's a way to get information that can help shut down some of the nastier illegal places run by the Mafia. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Say, out of curiosity, do you ever visit those sort of places yourself? Huh? Only when I need to for work. I've been too busy to go to any places like that myself, so I had to lean on one of my old contacts a lot to get what I need. Not exactly ideal when my job is supposed to be to report on things myself. I see myself, but it is what it is. Fair enough, I guess. You sure don't hear me complaining about you? Complaining about what? Nothing at all. Anyway, who's this contact you mentioned? Her? She's the one who operates underground. Runs a handful of outlets. Very talented, all things considered. She? Your contact is a woman? Yeah. Why does that matter? You gotta introduce me to her. It'll help me write better news articles. Yeah. Unfortunately, Dingo said it was too soon for me to be going to a place like that. How was that? Looking back on it, there's only one part of town he could have meant when he said he worked underground, huh? Yeah, I think that one goes without saying. Not only that, but I think I might know the woman he's talking about. Never would have guessed those two had any history, but just goes to show how small a world we live in. Huh. Certainly remember there being a business that fit the bill when we were down there. Does that mean we're going to the Black District? Yeah, who knows if we'll turn anything up down there, but it's worth a shot.
Hey, you guys? I want to go with you. Could I, please?
I don't know. Yeah, it gets kind of dangerous in the Blacklight District. Oh, I already know how dangerous it can be, believe me. We're talking about Dingo's notes here. What's inside them matters to me too, you know.
Who knows? Maybe you'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although if I play my cards right, you should never have to.
He does have a point. What do you think, Van? Alright, you can come. You did give us some valuable info, so it's only fair, but you gotta promise two things. One, you'll stay behind us down there, no running ahead, and two, you'll carry your own weight and help us out, too. Deal? Deal. Thanks, Van. I promise you won't regret this. Mariel temporarily joined the group. And we can now talk about Dingo's notebook. Go here. I believe this is the closest location.
Seriously?
Yep.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, it's you. You know, I thought I knew you well, but I had no idea you and Dingo went so far back. Live with me here. You were the one helping him investigate Almada's illegal adult business, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. We must have worked together for a decade, I want to say. We both had to keep it on the down low in order to operate freely, though. He and I had known each other since we were both up in Messeldom. That long, huh? Guess it makes sense. If you don't mind me asking, how did two of you, meet? No, it wasn't anything special. He was a newly minted intel broker, now is her common whore, making ends meet on the streets. We had a nice little thing going. He'd buy information I coaxed from my clients. I'd do him some favors in kind. He scratched my back, I scratched his. This is all news to me. Can we assume that Dingo hadn't started doing any reporting work back then? More or less. I will say for an errand boy working underground, he had a certain naivete about him back then, maybe because he was still so young. I had an acquaintance who worked at a local paper. I remember he was pretty intrigued about that side of things. I'll also mention it was 8 years ago when he made the move to Edith and set up shop down here. But before I left, he gave me some top secret information as a parting gift. His intel and his connections have been a huge help to me. Even if the lady killer just schmoozes his way into the underground. He really helped a lot of people while he was alive, didn't he? And he did. Later on, after everything went down in Messeldom, that's when he ended up drifting into town. Personally, I was happy to see him make a clean break and get into a better line of work with better people. You never know what life has in store for you. Maybe the goddess took a liking to him and threw him a bone. Maybe so, yeah. Sorry to interject, but what happened to him in Messeldom? He didn't know anything about that. I wish I could tell you, honey, but it's not really my place to say. That all happened after I left, so I only heard things through the grapevine. But I won't leave you empty-handed. If you're looking for his notebook, I got some information I'd be happy to share. We never even mentioned it. Really? Did you do that? Oh, thank you so much. Just to clarify, we're looking for this black leather notebook he used to carry around. Seen it before, I take it. Sure have. He'd been looking for a place to stash it away. I offered to hold on to it myself, but he turned me down. Can't blame him for being so cautious when he was going up against Almada. But I did hear him mutter about asking someone for help on his way out of town for a piece. That was 3 days before everything went down in Crave for reference. Holy cow, what timing! That's a valuable clue there. Actually, now that she mentions it, how did Dingo get to Crave? Do you have any ideas, Anne? He had this tiny-ass car, but he never drove it all that much. He was always paranoid of people following him. Usually he took a train or bus when he had to go out to the sticks. Probably flew a bit from time to time, too. But I don't know what he did here. Same. We're talking about a guy who knew all their tricks by that point. Might as well have been moving randomly. Sure as hell wouldn't take something as obvious as public transit. Now when Almada has eyes everywhere. Exactly. I think we can rule out his own car, too. That would have carried its own risks. It would have had a bomb on it. Thinking realistically, he probably would have... Honestly, I feel like this is the correct answer. But, yeah. I'm guessing hitchhike on a truck is probably the right one. Well, you can always turn back time if we get it wrong. No, ridiculous as it sounds, he probably could have gotten all the way out to the countryside on the back of a truck. If I'm out of bounds, he very well could have slipped out the driver in a crossfire. I just don't see Dingo taking that kind of risk. He was a lot more methodical than that. So an orbital bike? That works pretty handy for a reporter like him, maneuverable too. But you still can sort them when you're on one with how rare they are. It's not how he did things. Really? I got all of them wrong? Couldn't have assumed Almada didn't have eyes on rental companies and their records. Plus, even if he had rented one, the cops probably would have known by now, since it would have gone unreturned. I think we can scratch that off the list. Every single one wrong. I think chances are pretty good our guy took a taxi. Carousel ain't cheap, but have given him the lowest profile and the most flexibility. They blend right in on the road. Oh, good thinking. You might be onto something, man. Taxis are pretty commonplace, especially for people heading out of town. There's no way Almada could have been monitoring every single taxi running in Edith. But let's say he did take a taxi. What kind would he have taken? Probably one of those independent ones instead of a... what's the guy's name? We know the guy. We've seen him a few times. I think his name starts with a G. That's a good point. A self-employed driver would have given him more flexibility. Looks like you guys have your next lead. I have no idea who the driver could be, unfortunately. Maybe it was one of his friends. My guess is he had a driver he hired on the regulars, someone he could trust. That ring any bells for you, sweetheart? You know something? It actually does. I remember Dingo would sometimes hail a taxi to get to a reporting site. He mostly took one that had this black and yellow checkered pattern around the bottom. The driver was an eccentric guy too, from what I recall. Oh wow, that's really good info. Glad you're able to remember that. You said it. We'll have to look into that once we're done here. Anyway, thanks for the chat, mistress. I'll pay you back sometime. Yes, thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am. Oh, don't mention it. I owe Dingo that much. That said, you can always repay me by coming back here to play, you know. Don't forget that. But yeah, Dingo would tell me stories about you two sometimes. The punk-ass brigand and the newbie reporter he'd befriended. I do hope you're able to track down his notebook. Because if there's anyone out there who'd want to inherit it, I'd imagine it'd be you two. Thank you. We'll do our best. For sure as hell gonna try. Be ways to just let it go after doing all this work for it. Taxi with a black and yellow checkered pattern. I know exactly which one that is. I have no idea Dingo was a regular in it. I see that car out by Central Station a lot. Driver's probably out for lunch right now, though. Let's check the food stalls first, see if we get lucky. Load. Show autosaves. This one is the most recent. Dang it. We gotta go one before that.
Seriously?
Dialogue takes a while.
Let me ask you something.
Satan District.
Heading to the objective.
Alright, where are we going now? The other side of the road, of course.
That's fair.
Try going this way, because there's a new person here. What's up? Oh, would you look at that? I'm going to toggle the event because it's cool. Oh, that car right there has a checker pattern. That's gotta be it. That's a taxi. Car's gotta be close. Let's sniff him out. Whew, love this place. Can't have real Eastern soba without the wasabi. How about it, brothers? Care to take a seat and throw one back with your boy? Sorry, gonna have to take a rain check on that. Got some stuff to do today.
Can we talk?
Give me the notebook. Oh, well, if it isn't a big boy with a cute girl hugging his arm. Never thought you'd ask me about that name and notebook. Wonders never cease, huh? Ah, looks like we found our guy. The word is you were scratching Dingo's back every now and then. Yep, may not look it, but I used to run all over the Republic taking odd jobs on the down low. I was on this smuggling run once, and bam, I bumped right into him. That's how we met. That must have been, 10 years ago. Dingo would have been around 20, I think. Alright. So, do you know how he got tangled up with Almada back then, too? Oh my boy, do I ever. That was what led him to ask me for help out of the city that day. I snuck him out just like that. He hopped on a bus for Cray, and that was the last I saw of him. In retrospect, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have let his dumbass do that. It wasn't your fault, Giordano. Don't beat yourself up over it. You weren't the one who killed him, it was Almada. Not even. Dante's on that shitheel. You're right, yeah. Rigo was coming to him at the old capital. I bet Dingo's laughing up there. Happy karma came around for the bastard. But what makes him feel better? really regretted being the guy's broker in his past. Dante's really wasn't the same guy once he took over. But that's his background, huh? Not trying to justify him, but Dante's used to have a good rep on the streets. He had a code and he stuck to it, and that let people trust him. No wonder he ended up so popular with how much everybody hated the head honcho before him. He got Dingo hook, line, and sinker. Dingo was his informant. Fed him the info he needed to bring the old guy down, and now, instead, we have this monster he built. Monster, huh? Fitting title for him. I'm not too privy what happened beyond that, so I don't want to speculate. So, you're looking for Dingo's old notebook, and you think I've got it. Dingo? Please, May, please have it. Well, I'd love to give it to you, but I'm afraid I can't. Why not? Is there something he wanted done first? Oh, pretty boy said it was for your eyes only. Well, he told me to keep an eye out for this Spriggan guy and a newbie reporter. If anything happened to him, he wanted me to give this here key to whichever of you two I bump into first. Coin locker key. Oh, so what is this key for? Looks like a key for a station coin locker, like you'd see around the subway. Spot on. He said he stashed it in the easiest locker you could find. Not sure what he meant by that though. I have no idea which station it's at. Got it. Easiest locker you could find. Where would that be? Well, that about gives it away. Oh, could it be the one by Van's office? Probably. Let's head on back and take a look. Thanks a bunch, Giordano. Maybe I'll make it up to you with a joyride one of these days when I feel like it. You just call me anytime you're plastered and I'll be your DD. He knows how to keep his customers around.
Taking off now.
In a minute, I am going to turn in quests real quick.
Those are impressive results.
9 away. So close. And I'm pretty sure we've done every single quest, so there's quite a few left, right? Yeah, there's 5 for SPGs left, I guess including the one that we're currently doing. So, yeah, we should have Onyx weapon. No idea what those are. Pain in my shoulder for some reason.
What do I do?
Alright. Seeing what time it is. It's 11:15 currently. That key we got from the driver probably goes to one of the coin lockers here. What do you say? Should we check what's inside? Gulp. Absolutely. I'm ready. Okay, let's head in. Muriel and the others found the coin lockers tucked away in a corner of the subway station. They located the one that corresponded with the key they held, finding a black leather notebook inside. The group then proceeded to move to a quiet location in order to inspect the contents of the notebook. This is something, all right. We didn't get to talk to Dingo that much, but I know for a fact he was an outstanding man. Indeed, not just anyone could pursue Almada to the degree he did without backup. It was probably his way of making amends for the role he played in Dante's rise to power. These notes mention how the previous boss's family was murdered too, and they didn't get spared. That's horrible. Such a heavy burden for him to carry. But that wasn't his fault. He couldn't have known that was what would happen. Can't imagine he felt like he could be in the public. Eye anymore after that. That's why he took me under his wing. Good for nothing rookie. It appears he compiled quite a few notes about the ringleaders we took down in Aracion as well. Yeah, let's take a look. Ooh. I think we just work our way down the list. Viola, gender, female, age 26. Originally from a minor noble family in the Cadiz region in the Central East. Her family fell into bankruptcy after Cadiz annexation by Valis. Viola herself being sold off to wealthy merchants so they can make ends meet. She soon fell into the hands of a criminal organization that was targeting the merchant. Though initially nothing more than a plaything and object of pleasure, she eventually managed to oust the boss and wrestle control into her own hands. Her brutal leadership reputation precedes her. When 2 years ago, the group tried to expand their influence into Calvard, they caught the attention of Almada. Conflict with them was brief, as they were quickly obliterated by Dante's, to whom Viola swore loyalty afterward. As a consequence of her turbulent past, she is incredibly dependent on Dante's, which might be the reason she harbors a fierce rivalry with their fellow Melchior, their positions equivalent within the organization. Though the body of her needle gun was produced by Zect Arms, full piece is not part of their official lineup. Further research regarding the origin of her weapon is needed. Alexander. Gender, male, age 35. Born in the former Principality of Northumbria in northwestern Zemuria. He was 5 years old when the Salt Pail appeared, sowing chaos in his homeland. Him and his father, then protectors of the ruling family, fled alongside Prince Baumann when he fled the country. Spent most of his childhood and adolescent years in the free city of Tasla. Trained by his father in the traditional military arts of their homeland, he served the former ruling family until the age of 25, though his life was soon thrown into chaos. His father and he were both ordered to retake Northumbria following the death of the Northern Jaegers figurehead, the current ruler since Prince Balmund's escape. After their assault on Northumbria's capital, Haliask, they managed to seize control of the city for a time, acting as its effective government before being overthrown by the Northern Jaegers. This ensued a massacre of the remaining civilians in Haliask, mandated by the crazed former Prince Balmund. Standing in opposition with one another, Alexander and his father dueled to the death, Alexander emerging victorious before withdrawing from the battlefield. Though his current whereabouts are unknown, it is believed that Prince Balmund was swiftly and secretly executed by the Northern Jaegers following his capture. Wandering from one court to another, Alexander was eventually scouted by Dantes himself, and brought into a leadership position within Almada. Though outwardly austere and restrained, he is merciless in combat, sparing none who dare cross him. His ultimate goal being the search for his final resting place, he has rejected any attempt at persuading him to leave Almada. Despite the mechanized gauntlets he wields not being part of their official lineup, it does appear that they were developed by Zect Arms. I'm seeing a link here. Olympia. Gender, female, age 19. Little is known about her, though she allegedly hails from a remote village hidden in eastern Zemuria. Rumors say the entire village was comprised of heretical puppeteers who worshipped a doll made in the image of an angel. Thought to be an artifact of some sort, the doll is looked after by a medium. The village's gruesome customs mandated that those close to the medium were to be offered as sacrifices. These sacrifices spared no one, not friends nor family. Though soon, tragedy befell the village, leaving Olympia and the doll alone to wander the continent after the demise of all they knew. Multiple records suggest instances of criminals being slaughtered when encroaching on the wandering pair. He was later inducted into the Gardens, the assassin organization, and made overseer of the Garden of Arum. Though it appears she's been mostly left to her own devices after being invited by the other overseers, these including Melchior and the Emperor. If I were to guess, the incident that took place in her village led her and the angel developing a psychologically interdependent relationship, resulting in her autonomy and emotional expression diminishing. In light of the crisis that made the Gardens join forces, she may have a chance to reclaim that lost capacity, albeit an incredibly slim one. Maybe next playthrough, which will be our true one that we send the save data over to the second game with. Ario. Gender male, age over 150. In contrast to the known, confirmed leaders of Almada and Garden Overseers, eyewitness reports of him are few. What we do know of him, the Garden of Rust's Overseer, is that he is a very dangerous man clad in heavy armor. Much of the information about him stretches belief, including how he was supposedly born in a different time period altogether, over 150 years ago. If he was, he's said to proceed from the mythical Holy Iskan Empire, an enormous nation believed to have laid just across the Tanshan and Ishkal Mountains to Calvert's east. This empire is presumed to have vanished following the calamity 130 years ago. In its heyday, 9 groups served to protect the royal imperial line. Eastern sources indicate that he was a warrior who represented the Rahu, a tribe of white descent hailing from the west. I'm inclined to believe it's all bullshit, but in an age where immortals like the Lanceman can exist in Erebonia, I can't rule out the possibility of there being some truth to it either. Whether it's true or not, evidence might suggest that his armor and his strangely shaped battle axe might be artifacts. Considering his joining the Gardens and the stories claiming his immortality, this might be highly likely. On top of that, he's a primary suspect regarding the Eisenshield's annihilation in the outskirts of Cray. Though I still can't state that for a fact, more information is needed. And Melchior. Gender, male, age 21. One of Almada's 3 pillars and quite possibly its most evil and sinister member. He doubles down as the Garden's ringleader and overseer of the Garden of Thorns. Melchior's skills don't fall behind any of his artifact-wielding peers, being highly skilled in the use of the orbital net, being capable of infinitely spawning and freely controlling explosives. Beyond that, he also acts as Almada's main strategist and Dante's right-hand man and confidant, and possibly his lover. Though his past is shrouded in mystery, his origins might trace back to the same organization the Oathbreaker. Those past is shrouded in mystery, his origins might trace back to the same organization the Oathbreaker, one of Ouroboros' Anguis, also comes from. The Order of the Moonlight Horse existed since the Middle Ages, where the Oathbreaker sat among its top brass for the longest time before losing to Ouroboros and switching sides. He's an entirely different matter and a major threat all of his own. Grabbing this back around, Melchior might have been a direct subordinate of the Oathbreaker before going on to take in the scattered remnants of that infamous cult. If that's true, that would make him something of a prince of the underworld. So for someone as powerful as him to idolize Dante so much is nothing short of ominous and concerning, to say the least. Another thing that concerns me is him staying in Kraid's vicinity following the Eisenshield turning into ghouls. Kraid's not just some sleepy village with beautiful vistas. More than a touristic spot, it lies stuck between several forces working from the shadows. It also happens to be one of the few places in northern Calvard with a sizable eastern and central eastern population. Knowing the source of Almada's financing, actually, I'd rather not speculate any further. Last but not least, Dantes. Gerard Dantes, gender male, age 34. If I let my feelings take way, Dantes can fill every single page in this notebook. There's not a night where I'm not overcome with regret, but this notebook is not meant for my personal thoughts. Most things I've come to learn about him and his life are at least a little eyebrow-raising. Him being a member of the DG cult before joining Almada, being related to Calvard's old royal family, even a direct descendant. The tales of his sword are equally as hard to believe, a gigantic blade of black and silver thought to be an artifact hidden by the royal family. This demon blade was the instrument with which he slew Enrique, Almada's previous head. Hard as these tales are to believe, their true purpose is to strike fear into the hearts of those who hear them, to make Dante's nothing short of the living manifestation of shadows and agony. Deep as the abyss and equally as alluring, his unquenchable thirst for fear is what draws many to him. Seductive and enchanting, it has earned him many loyal followers. But where does such unfathomable hunger come from? A new hypothesis surfaced recently, which might finally explain things. Its source, however, is a little unusual, and I'm not particularly keen to take it at face value. That's neither here nor there. The more pressing matter is his goal in Basel, and that him and the others might have been after something else. His true goal, I imagine, fear. The want and need to bring about true dread and terror to the masses. He wasn't able to achieve it even with the help of a genius. That will not put a stop to him. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his mission. Looking into this matter should take priority. Regardless, he sure managed to pull off a fast one on me in Tharvad. I was distracted by that call, but that's no excuse. I should have seen through him much sooner than I did. But try as he might to stay one step ahead, I'll forever be hot on his heels.
At this point, I've worked out how I'm going to get everything recorded, as well as how to leave these notes behind. Now comes the real showdown with him. It's going to be the biggest gamble I make as both a reporter and an information dealer. If, by some sheer miracle, I make it back in one piece, I'll absolutely be following up on those theories I've written about. I can already imagine the hell I'm in for with that dope of a Spriggan and that cub reporter. I really do worry about her. But you know what? At the end of the day, That's just part of the fun.
Rest in peace, Dingo.
Dingo. Dingo.
You dumbass. Who's the real dope between us, huh?
This dude was totally nuts. How the hell did he find it in to go that far? I can only imagine his love and care for others spurring him on to gather this much information. He was both a clever and kind man. He wasn't just trying to make amends or settle a score. I don't doubt he genuinely worried for everyone's future. It goes without saying, but it is a true shame. He was taken from us far too young. Niffle, I'm so glad you were able to find his notes. Likewise, it must have been the will of the goddess. Once Marielle collected herself, the party drove her back to the Tyrell Times. After reporting their success to the editor-in-chief Cunning, they got back to work. As for Dingo's notes, once the contents were copied, it was decided that Marielle would hold on to the originals for safekeeping.
That's a wrap. Love to see it.
Bonus SP for the one guess. One more free time point. You okay then? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking. Is there something bothering you? Guessing the stories about the gangsters and Almada remnants are on your mind? Yeah. If Ramadi, Jack, and Killica were all talking about them, then it's definitely worth mulling over. There's something interesting while following up on Dingo's case, too. You're referring to the account of them being sighted in the Tyrell district, correct? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, that is kind of worrying. Maybe we should drop by Tyrell just in case, you know? Not a bad idea. I'd hard to check the area out again. Probably rule out the busier parts of the district. Aim for the area near the restaurant that's run by Hayway. An additional mandatory investigation point has been added to the Tyrell district. Burn and quest.
Gotta keep this up.
We need 3 more. So close. Oh yeah, we got food we need to make.
Time to flex my cooking muscles. Ah, there's nothing better than this.
There was one more thing we can make. We need prime beast flesh. I have no idea what that is or where to get it. Consume.
I'm full.
We could try using Hermes.
Need some help?
We are not able to buy any of it. Dang.
Go back anytime.
So we got one more free time point. But we already have Yume maxed out. Even though I want to see the old man's back pain. So we'll do this one. The director of Wolves Requiem, Leslie Lamb, got in touch with me through Director Gotti. Apparently he wants to talk to me about Nina, as she's going to be in his new film. Fans group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. The real me. When you don't know. When I don't want you to know. But I... Right, I'm missing something. Hey there. Thought about taking a break? Mr. Arkwright, what are you doing here? Your director sent me. There's an actress I've been working with whose work I'd like your opinion on, if that's okay. Ever since I offered her a part, she's been immersed in the role, almost to a scary degree. I was originally going to ask Judith for help here. But it might be a bad idea if I did it, since I'm not involved with the film's production at all. I know you're pretty tight-lipped, so I said why not? So you gonna help? I guess they were both really worried about me. We recently filmed one of the most important scenes in my next film, you see. The director said my final cut was fine, so we were ready to move on. I'm still not happy with it. I still feel like I can do better, so I asked her to let me shoot again after I rehearsed it some more. And that's why you're here, all alone. It sounded like a long monologue. Why is this giving you so much trouble? I think it's because I've been rehearsing it alone. I meant to look at someone during the actual scene, and it's hard when I don't have anyone. Oh, I know. Would you be willing to act as my partner while I practice? Me? Didn't see that one coming, but I know that even if I said no, you ain't leaving till it's perfect. But are you sure you want to ask me? I ain't exactly an experienced actor. That's alright. Just you being here will make a world of difference. Alright, got the time to spare, so give it your best shot. Just don't go expecting nothing like a sack of flour could do better. Thank you. With Van as her partner, Nina continued practicing the problematic scene over and over. But in the end, she still wasn't able to come up with a take she was happy with. Pant, cough. How about a break? This is your job and all, but you're gonna burn yourself out if you keep at it nonstop. I'm so sorry. It feels like I've just been wasting your time here. I should have known I couldn't handle this like Judith does. What's she got to do with this? You guys are very, very different kind of actresses, yeah? People always talk about how I embody the characters I act so naturally, like I'm possessed by them. I might be able to put a positive spin on it, but what those words mean at the end of the day is that my acting has no real soul of its own. That's a bit harsh. But it's the truth. Judith's acting is just so full of heart and soul. Every one of her roles has an identity that's uniquely hers. Not to say that she's doing a good job portraying... Not doing a good job portraying the role, of course, I don't mean that. She maintains the role's integrity, but she always puts part of her into it. She takes to every role in a way that's uniquely hers. That's her greatest appeal as an actress, if you ask me. I see it, yeah. But I just can't do that. I don't have her strength of spirit, and I never will, because I'm empty. All I can do is act the role I'm given. And that's all I can ever do. It's extremely transparent while acting, so much that you might see right through her and her hollow acting. I remember reading that in a magazine after your debut film aired. Have a good memory. You know that just because someone said that doesn't mean it's true, right? If that's how people see you, then that's a talent you should take in stride. But you can call my acting skills whatever you want, but the truth is, I'll never measure up to Judith. And that might be your problem right there. If you really think there's nothing in there, then that's all the more space to start filling in. Still plenty of time for you to create the identity you think you're lacking. Got a lot of material to take inspiration from. What do you mean? You're well known for not just taking a script and listening to it to a T. You always take it a step further. You wrap yourself in the role and let it become who you are. You think and act like the characters would. That's not something you just up and forget. Or do their lives and experiences vanish from your head after you stop playing the role? No, they don't. I remember everything. I remember the warmth of being in Ron's arms with Michelle and Wolf's Requiem. I still remember how reassuring it was to have my friends and companions at my side in Gloria, Sheena, Dirk. Yeah, thought so. For all that so clearly. That's not something just everyone can do. Not even Judith. Those voices, those feelings are just as much a part of you. Plain empty. But don't let them overwhelm you either. You gotta listen to what you want to. And I might get shit for saying this, but the hell with the script. I think this should be more important to you. Because it's something only you can do. I never even considered disregarding my lines. That might actually be a good idea. You mind if I try the scene one more time? I might finally have something. And let's start from the very beginning this time. Yeah, sure. Wait, already? And so they resumed their acting. Nina performed the scene over and over, and still acting as her partner. Every attempt refined the scene further, and Nina could feel the pleasant and satisfying exhaustion watch over her. Eventually,
This is the real me. The one you don't know. The one I don't want you to know. But I can't run anymore. Not if I'm going to stay true to myself.
hot! Where do you all come from? Mr. Lamb? How long have you been in there? Wait, are you filming this? Don't worry, we're only filming Nina. That was spectacular, Nina. I know I approved our previous take, but this was significantly better. You went off script a little, but that doesn't matter when I could feel you and your character so perfectly in your delivery. Thank you, director. Alright, everyone, let's keep this momentum and get back to shooting. Of course. Glad that's taken care of. Same. It's a relief. It's like I finally saw a side of myself I never faced before. Thank you so much for your help. They parted ways, Van leaving Nina and her crew to their filming.
That was invigorating. You should keep an eye out for my next performance.
Okay.
Off we go.
Now, we're once again at the point where I'm gonna have to call it because it is getting pretty late. And a lot of story is almost certainly going to happen here. Oh wait, there was one thing I wanted to do actually. Show you what I'm talking about.
On my way.
Let's go kill some enemies to get that challenge done. This will be nice and quick.
I'm on the scene. I'm on it. Right there. Glad that worked out okay.
Activating combat system. Let's get to work.
Right there.
That's what you get. Not done yet.
It's not over. It should be safe for now.
Super easy.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You have to kill 40 enemies in the field like this.
Activating combat system.
That's what you get.
Let's get to work.
The help was much appreciated. This could get tricky with so many. Glad that worked out okay. Away we go.
Activating combat system.
These guys actually do take more than a few hits.
Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
Come back when you're stronger.
We're almost at the end of this place. I believe this is the last hallway.
Let's get to work.
I see me some nobody.
I think that was the achievement right there. Nice. Oh, I missed. That's the hot spring that I missed. Damn. Okay. That sucks. Well, now I know.
What are we waiting for?
I thought I used it, but I guess I only used it for like the main events, rather than like doing the casual using the hot springs for stuff. I seriously thought I did. I feel maybe I went like over to the door to try to use it for that exact purpose, but every single time I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me. Until a certain point where it would actually let you do it, but I forgot about it at that point. Whatever. Next time we get to continue on with the story. All the talking is done. It only took 4 hours. So, until next time, have a good night.